I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go. I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well.
Start us off, Sir Jared.
Hello everybody and welcome. My name's Jared. This is my lovely co-caster Kyle Vibes Visachi. Kyle, how are you doing? How is your night going? What are we here for? I've quite frankly I've forgotten, but I know that you know all the details. I haven't actually forgotten. This is just how we segue and tell the audience what they're about to watch. What's happening, Kyle?
The battle of the V-drops. V-drop.
Yes.
The V's are out in full force. One way or another, V-drop wins. We're going to have a happy result tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, you could say that V-drop are gonna walk away happy. And I don't know how much more V-drop puns we're gonna go at it, but I think you could say that V-drop are gonna win tonight. I think we can. Oh Lord, what was that? I apologize, stream. That was my side of things. But yeah, you could say that it's gonna be. It's gonna be a very interesting game, and it's gonna be a V-drop dominated game. Very happy about that.
It's gonna be interesting, Jared. I honestly I don't know what to expect for these. I'm pretty sure we can both say no offense to the Nexus boys, but we both probably have a firm idea that we both think gaming should win this. Should, at least. We have seen some upsets in Siege, but it's gonna be interesting.
You could say that V-drop Gaming would technically be the A team, and you could say that V-drop Nexus would be the B team, and you would be partially correct. I think it's been like a title that's been fought over amongst the V-drop players, both Nexus and Gaming, and it's kind of been that title of who is the representative V-drop team, and I think that's what we're in store for. We're in store for two teams that are trying to prove to everybody around them that they are the A V-drop team, you know, the ones that you should actually be worried about. So I think as much as this is going to be a battle of placements and to see who is where on the log, I think more of it is coming down to that internal respect amongst the V-drop as an org. So I think that's slightly more in these guys' mind what they need to play for. We're going to get into the bans. It's Oregon. Kyle, what are you expecting? I mean, Thatcher, obviously.
Jackal, Ella, Kaid. I'm actually, yeah. I have spoken to Clippies from the gaming side, and they might surprise us with their defense ban. I'm not going to say anything. And just to bring it up quick, V-drop Gaming is the blue team, and Nexus will be orange. So Gaming coming out with interesting ban already with Ace. Did it last week. Not something you see all the time actually, but I feel like people are just banning Ace now to force people to bring Thermite, get closer to that wall, and hopefully, you know, scare them or C4 them or any one of the boom booms. Second one being Boyo.
I really dislike the Ace ban. I think it is a waste of an attacking ban, and the reason I say that is because there's an operator that can easily substitute that utility, and it's almost like you are just throwing the ban out because you don't want to play against an AK-12. And that for me I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, but we see teams, it's a recurring theme. Ace is gone. We know that the Goyo is banned now. That's a lot of shields off the board. I'm currently experiencing a network issue, so I am stuck on Goyo on my screen. But Kyle will continue as I quickly try and fix my internet.
Yeah, so currently our last ban was everyone's favorite ban, Ella. No reason for anyone to ban the Ella but the stupid shotgun. We can safely say that no one wants to deal with that. And I know from watching the Mist versus Meraki game last week, the shotgun came out in full force, and yeah. RIP to the boy Perplex from Mist last week in that final.
Yeah, look, the FO12 is not the gun that you want to be playing against. It's an easy button, Kyle. It's a gun that you can swing any corner and you almost guaranteed a frag. If not, you will be downing at least 2 people. So it's kind of like you know what, my gun isn't working, or my aim isn't working. It's fine. I can just slap onto the boom boom stick, and you're already contributing to a team. So that's very, yeah. I mean, come on. I'm glad it's off the board. We can actually see some decent gun skill right now.
Yeah.
I'm still having issues on my side, Kyle. I'm just gonna bounce off of you.
No problem, Jared. One thing I want to just comment on, we saw a 6-pick onto smoke. I can't remember off of what for the life of me right now. But another thing is Mav to IQ. For our upstairs attack, IQ, honestly, IQ's buff was, in my opinion, a very bad buff. Like, it really didn't do much to our kit. I don't know what your thoughts is on that, but we have a IQ, a Ash, a Thermite, Nomad, and Jackal being left up, which is something very interesting, because, you know, C70, pew pew. Defense,
I feel like the IQ rework or buff, if you will, I think it was very much a silver buff, you know? It did nothing more. I mean, I think if you're an experienced player, you know what the shape of a banded battery is. You don't need an indicator telling you that it's a bad battery. So I feel like it really helped out the silvers and the golds. But like you said, Kyle, it's not an entertaining or an attractive buff, and I don't think it's going to affect her pick rate too much. But yeah, still sorting out my internet.
As we get on the board with the IQ now, Ash goes down. Nomad gets a refrag onto the Jaeger, and the IQ was preparing to rush up white, but got halted very quickly now by a Legion mine, and obviously the frag onto his team. And IQ now going to help us Wall. Surprised he didn't do that first. Doesn't look like Wall can't get opened up. The attack is looking like they are ready to get things done now. Wall is about to be breached. We have, I think this is a mute playing close on the wall. Close on door to Wolf. Now getting aggressive onto breach, takes some damage, now very lit from the Thermite. Destiny is not in a good position right now. Has his smoke trying to help him out, but for the moment we have a bit of a standstill. We have a Jackal outside big window. Bandit playing on the inside of it. Doesn't look like he's actually aware that he is being droned out. And the rest of the attack is playing on breach, and we get one pick coming in from the mute of Destiny, but immediately refrag from the Thermite of Zyronic. As they're still just sitting outside breach. Where's the IQ? Because this is the player that's most interesting right now. This D8 very powerful gun, Jared, I think you can agree. Rolf, Zyronic taking a lot of damage. Cliffy is now downed on the IQ, should be able to get revived. Yeah, but round 1 is looking like it could be a V-drop round, and Caitlyn jumps into big window, gets taken out. Now Zyronic gets the revive onto Clippies, and now it's 2v2, but very low HP from the side of V-drop Gaming. So much in default plant now, in a good position to actually get the diffuser down. Will Smoke be able to help here? Smoke missing his shot. Thermite now with diffuser, gets 1 kill, 1v1, Thermite versus the Legion. Who will it be? Sinks versus Zyronic. And Sinks wins it out. Round 1 going to Nexus. Jared? And my co-caster Jared has unfortunately left the chat, but I will do it solo for now. And he's back. Hello, Jared, and welcome back to the stream. I think Jared is still having some net problems, guys. Give him a second. But round 1 going to Nexus. Very interesting to see. We get into round 2, going down to Laundry. Pretty sure we won't see an IQ again. Jackal going to just get picked as C70. And looking like a pretty standard lineup that we have in mind here from VDROP. Just Clippies going back onto the Maverick. Downstairs defense with Mute being the wall denial. Not the best wall denial, but obviously Ace is not on the board. And we are not seeing Hibana, so Mute is a pretty decent wall denial in the current situation. Both teams not deciding to do much. Let's take a moment to look at the chat. Jared sounds hot. Stream is dead. VDROP is dead. It's like VDROP's round. Yeah, VDROP's round, definitely. Deepu. As we get into downstairs. Oh, beautiful angles being opened up here by, I think it's Destiny on the Mute again. Angle onto the single wall towards Pillar. Can look at the stairs above. Some nice strat work coming out from the Nexus side here. Doing some interesting strats. More accustomed to the PC side of it, so I'm very interested to see how it is going to work. Doesn't look like we are going to see much roam, maybe? Will the Wamai be roaming? Wamai does look like he will be roaming kitchen side. Legion coming upstairs on Freezer. And going back down. So only Wamai on the roam. Smoke came for a little peek and is back away. The attack looks like it's going to be from Freezer main take. This could be a very aggressive take. Let's get on board with the Ash is actually droning. I repeat, an Ash is droning. In 2021 we have an Ash who actually has the ability to get on a camera. What? I wish Jared was here to see this. I think he would cry. Jackal now getting ready to get aggressive, it looks like. The VDROP attack is currently looking very hindered. Not much happening at the moment. Clippies is in the building finally. All the defenders getting back on side as we see Jaeger, Benji getting more aggressive, getting ready to make a play for his team. I think he does know that it is going to be a Freezer take. And now the numbers get put down, so Benji's just deciding to back off. Very safe play from him. Hat is now being opened up from Zyronic, trying to get the Freezer control for his teammate. Not much pressure for them to worry about, only a Legion inside Freezer, but he is getting his teammates to rotate over to support him. For the moment, not much happening throughout the map. Clippy's taking a slither of damage, taking some more damage from a lead in one take. Not a lot of danger for Clippies right now. And Sparrow gets the first pick. Sparrow is looking to get aggressive, gets the second pick. Benji with the refrag now. Jordan and Sparrow pushing down lobby and getting aggressive. Now the Jackal gets taken out. Sparrow just looking to get in against the side of VDROP. And now Sparrow left and the 1v3 and gets one kill and immediately gets refragged. The VDROP team, the VDROP gaming roster just falls apart at the end of the round there. Falls to shambles, as the kids say these days. I know a lot of you guys in our sixth community in South Africa say the word shambles a lot. So I thought I'd give you guys some of your words. And 2-0 to Nexus. Let it be known, Oregon is a very defend-decided round, map, excuse me. So, yeah, could because of that. Interesting to see Jaeger is being passed over. Jared is currently having net problems, so he should be back very soon, Josh. Exotic. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy, yes. Yeah, so Jared was with us. For those who don't know, he just popped in. He was supposed to be co-hosting with me, and he just joined the party. Speak of the devil, and he appears.
I have appeared, thankfully, finally. Telcom has decided to bless me with thy presence. And yes, we are back. Thank you, Kyle, for delaying and doing as much as you have done. What has happened, Kyle? I haven't been following.
Nexus
but
is
I
up
do see
2-0.
that the score, yes, I was about to say, I do see the score is 2-0 to Nexus, not the team that we necessarily thought would be winning 2-0 come round 3.
So, to catch you up, Jared, round 1 was a trade back and forth, ended up in a 1v1, which is ironic. Planted Diffuser and lost to Sinks on the Legion. Round 2, VDRXP Gaming decided to do a freezer main take, and had good takes and just ended up collapsing, in all honesty.
Yeah,
So,
I believe the word that I kept on hearing, and my hearing is going with age, as they say. But the word I kept on hearing was aggression. I think you said the word aggression 13 times, if I heard it correctly, 13 times that last round. So I'm assuming there was a lot of just, you know what? I don't care. I'm now playing Call of Duty, and I'm just going to push this guy who's holding X spot. I imagine that's how things transpired come the end of that round.
towards the end, yes, we just saw Sparrow get straight into the fight and, well, get into the building and yeet on an Ash. Eventually ended up in a 1v3 and, well, 1v3s don't end well. Jordan now gets his first pick on the round. Sparrow looking for the second, taking a lot of damage. Looks like the gaming team is starting to attack upstairs. Interesting setup here from the side of Nexus. Having a lot of pressure upstairs, Jaeger has no fallback. Jaeger is literally being left to die here. Jared, what is your thoughts on this? Apparently he's Gig yet to kill.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Vibes. I've had to now move the entire set in the house. If you could delay for another round, that'll be absolutely swell. I'm trying to get into the thick of things. This is terrible. Oh my word.
Well, so like we just saw, Jaeger, who was supposed to be left upstairs to die in a suicide spot, managed to get 2 kills. And, it's currently a 3v3. So, Romans did a decent amount of work, but we still have a minute left on the clock, which is enough time for a actual take onto the OBJ. Maestro is currently the only person inside A, and he's not exactly able to do much. Smoke is playing near Insecurity, near the freezer stairs, bottom white, however you want to say it. Castle
Where
is...
are these 3 attackers positioned? I'm
Currently-
slightly lost right now. So we've got one playing on the hatch, and then the other 2, I imagine, are located main lobby. Yeah, I thought so.
Both just rotated down separate stairs. Team is very split up right now, Jared. This is... Currently...
You've got a feel for the attackers now. I mean, you can already see the Mav and the Jackal. They're trying to push a doorway at this point, which, guess what, guys? It doesn't end up in your favor, and this is very odd because this is your third site. This is not supposed to be a tried and true site, but we see it. The gunfight's already coming out. One frag on the side of Nexus, I believe, and another frag will come out, but it's not on the side of Nexus. VDRXP Gaming are pushing through. A double frag comes out from the likes of Sinks, and then is a closed out round. Wonderful work here on the side of the defense, and like I was talking about before, that flurry of kills just kind of came about. It's the defensive side on a third bomb site, and this kind of, you know, it gives me flashbacks back to a possible 6-0 split. And we know how deadly that can be. It's not something you want to find yourself in, but my word, Nexus seem to be on the trot right now.
Yeah, and the gaming side just seems to be forcing the roam clear and not doing anything about an actual site execute. The Jackal, yes, it is helping, but Jackal really isn't. The only thing he is right now is a gun. He's nothing you can do. Nothing he can do you can't do with the drone. Sorry, as my words just got really jumbled up. And yeah, it's. I think honestly, a little more utility, a little more info, perhaps an incredible operator, Jared. I know you're a bit of a fan of this operator, Ayana. She has made drones. Give us a little bit of info about your thoughts on an operator like that.
We already see that Nexus aren't bringing the Wamai. They're only bringing a Jaeger, so you're limited to three projectiles, if you would. And it does not seem that VDROP are taking advantage of that. Like you mentioned, the Yana is just in this situation, it's so much better than the Jackal. You're bringing nades, you're bringing more intel, because I'm assuming that's why they're bringing the Jackal. They want easy intel, and perhaps their drone work isn't looking too good. We already see that. I believe this is the fourth round in a row that Nexus have brought the mute. They're not bringing the Mozzie, but they are bringing the mute consistently. So maybe bringing out Niana is a possibility because of the lack of drone work that is going on. And I mean, speaking about drone work, he's also already outside of bedroom. They're going to be droning out the entirety of bedroom before they open up that main wall. And I can imagine this is going to be one of our more standard pushes. I would have liked to have seen an attic double window, but we can't all... Beggars can't be choosies, what I'm saying. There was going to be an entry pick, and that's in the Mav. That is a huge utility pick, and guess what? That's your nades off the board so soon as well.
And Jordan TK Sparrow, that is that is all the utility for the wall is now practically gone, because Kalen is currently running the Jackal with a pistol. Probably not a fan at the moment of it. Jordan does get a refrag though, so I think Jordan is where it's at, getting 2 kills in the round. One may be a teammate, but heck, it's a kill nonetheless.
Oh my god, what is happening? 3 kills coming out on the side of Jordan as he's looking to be on the ace. It's now a 3v3. This round is confusing me so much. Kyle, you have no idea. I wanted to overanalyze the fact that Nexus are just playing well, but then you've got a Nomad that can just swing breach and just look the entire way left. No one's playing on bunks to try and contest him. It's just odd. Like, something is just, yeah, it's not right. The wall's going to get open up now, I believe. There we go, yeah. Well, main wall's open up, and now they can start setting up for a plant. In this case, you would like to see someone go into the games repel. That is a very powerful position, kind of cuts the site in half and allows, or stops the smoke playing on that shield. Any sort of control over the plant side. We will see a bit of control coming out on the attacker side as they drop the Legion, and that is a huge pick right now. We only have the smoke and the Bandit left. Bandit's not going to be able to influence much of this round, but the smoke is your main man. And speaking of the main man, he is left alone. A 1v3 will pick up the first kill. He knows it's a down. It's a 1v2 in this situation. One man is on the plant, and speaking of so Zyronic, will stick it. As we see Kalen in a 1v1 against the smoke. He goes down, and it's our 1v1 practically. The fires come out, and the smoke wins the 1v1. My man Chatty Chops, you are... you made mincemeat of the opposition, as that 1v3 just was too clean. It was too pristine. You turned them into a bunch of inadequate pineapples, if you will. Yeah, wow. Mental work. You've just clawed back around that was yours from the start, wasn't yours, and then went back into your favor. As I said sometime, I don't know when I said it, but I said it sometime in the live stream chat. This game is going to be about VDROP going blow for blow against VDROP, but I think VDROP were going to come out victorious, and we just saw that transpire in that round. It was a VDROP round, but then VDROP came back. If you catch my drift, Kyle, I'm trying to be very jokey and sarcastic.
I know. The VDROP puns are coming out in full force.
Hell yeah. What kind of casters would we be if we just spoke about Nexus and gaming? That would be very boring.
If I can bring one thing up, I don't know if you actually got to notice the first round. The first round ended with the plant going down, Zyronic on the Thermite in a 1v1, and, well, losing it out. And last round the same thing happened, and right now, if we watch it back, my biggest thing that I noticed for the side of VDROP, they very split up, and it's helping VDROP out a lot. The fact that VDROP is very split up, if you catch my drift now, if I can throw it right back into your ballpark. But the Nexus team is playing really well off of the fact that gaming aren't playing together at the moment. They are losing, man. They aren't using any utility. Zofia last round didn't use utility. Maverick hasn't used utility. I don't think Sparrow has used utility in one of the rounds yet, and he's been playing Ash and Zofia. And that is...
Is Mirror banned?
Mirror is not banned.
Why?
No.
What? Gentlemen.
Shield.
No, I know that there's a shield there, but gentlemen. Okay. I'm coming from a position where I think I've thought about the site a little a little bit, you know, maybe once or twice, you know. I think I've played the game a little bit. Mirror is so powerful on E-Box. Why don't you bring, and it's almost a team kill.
Again.
Come guys, what is this? Oh
Zironic
my
with a
word.
kill? Onto the
Oh.
1 on pillar?
Where did that come from? What the hell is happening?
Oh, that is the pillar position already given up. So that whole shield that has been put there to be the mirror is already off. And
It's as if bringing the mirror would not have fallen apart had the man on pillar just died. We do have a substitute coming in on pillar. He's playing Harry Potter, and this is not a fun position, especially if you get droned out. Speaking of drones, the drones are already coming out. Thermite's on this wall, and he does not get the frag onto him as Clippies will... Lord, sorry, I thought I read that wrong. Clippies will get the frag back onto that man. The smoke popping off with his own kill. A second SMG 11 kill does come out, and we are starting to see Nexus slowly claw back. It is her HP advantage on the side of Nexus, and I mean, this is already a daunting task. Sparrow trying to go down main says he's got the barbed wire, but there's also those holes in the single wall. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. You can see he's not a fan of it either, as he just pre-fires. He's trying to find a pick, and while I've been saying that Gaming have found their own pick, but it is instantly refragged, and we're back to a 2v2, and we know how the defensive side works. Even man count means things are bussin', but they are not quite bussin'. It is basically a 1v2, and who would you like better than an SMG-11? Not necessarily on Chaddy, but it is somebody else, and he is just domed as the attackers collapse onto the side, and we're starting to see, I think, the gunfights. I think the gunfights determined that round quite heavily, especially that entry pick onto the man on tower, and it kind of allowed the players to just swarm bunker and not worry about the peak. And when the peak came out, Clippy's dispatched of him very quickly, and that was a lot more comfortable round, but it is by no means a savior to the, I don't know, to just like the ill manner that Gaming are playing right now. It's kind of like they're treating Nexus like they're a T7 team, but they're not that bad. They're actually quite good, and they've got guns, and if you don't treat them with adequate respect, they will punish you. And if Gaming don't realize that, and they don't go 4-2 on the split, which I think is still, you know, it's still alright. If they don't do that, there's going to be a lot of problems on the side of Gaming when we do that split. It is a defender-sided map, we know this, we get told this every single day by our IGLs and respective friends, but like, it really sucks having to go 5-1 down, 6-0 down, 4-2 down. It doesn't feel good at the split.
One thing I will say, VDROP, the gaming side at least of VDROP, pride themselves on their attack, and at the moment 4-1 on your attack, and you pride yourself on your attack. I remember in the game last week, for the first 2 maps between ATK and VDROP Gaming, there were 2 attacking rounds, 2 defensive rounds, 1, and now, yeah, it's not looking like it's going well this week. I don't know, it seems as if as comfortable as they are on attack, they're not really doing a good job of showing it right now. And
we have seen teams adjust over time, though. I will say that much. And perhaps this is the time where Gaming will adjust. They've had 4 rounds. They've okay, granted 4 rounds is a lot, but they've had 4 rounds now to kind of understand where Nexus are standing and how they're playing their defenses. And perhaps that is why it has taken so long for Gaming to get into this game. And I don't think it's a good thing at all. I think 4 rounds is way too long, and whoever the IGL is of Gaming, you need to pull your socks up, my bro, because this will not sit well when you're playing against teams who realistically are higher up on the lobby than Nexus. But in saying that, I think we need to kind of credit Nexus' ability to just win gunfights. And I think they're playing a style that is very disruptive, and you can see Gaming's attacks are looking, as you said earlier, they're in shambles. They're kind of everywhere because they don't know how to approach these situations that Nexus are kind of handing out to Gaming. It's almost like a bunch of little puzzles, and you kind of have to find your ways. Speaking of puzzles, my man Mew just gets turned into Jigsaw as he is dropped at the bottom of Laundry Stairs. Twitch, massive work. Well done, Sparrow. You're going to get that entry pick that you've been needing to do for quite a while. Thank you that you've finally done that I imagine that those Twitch drones aren't going to much use as we see Sparrow just willy-nilly peeking around that corner. ADSs will be burned, and I'm assuming this is it's a freezer main. I don't know why I expected anything else. We've seen this push become more popularized amongst the lower tier teams, amongst the higher tier teams. It's very much becoming a standard because bunker is such an irritation to deal with.
It's very interesting to see right now. Sparrow is literally just walking into side, getting another one, sees the third. Did you see his opponent? Did Sparrow? Show us that you are not blind. Sparrow is now with, I think that is a 4-can round. Sparrow's on for the 8th.
Sparrow's stepsister got stuck in the laundry machine and he is going to town right now as he might go on for the ace. It's one man and he's playing on pillar. It's a 3v1, but we know that the entire gaming team is just listening to Sparrow saying, give it to me. Give me that ace. Let me clip it. Let me put it on the YT. The Twitch drone comes out and that's the first time I've seen Sparrow use his utility all game. One man's already down. It's a 2v1. The Legion is still in a clutchable position. There's 30 seconds left before the diffuser runs out. They're already splitting up the side of gaming, that is, and that's not what you want to see. The frag comes out on the down man. It's back to the 1v2 like we were mentioning early. It's all up to Sinks. We've seen him in clutch positions before. He will swing on Sparrow, and will he get it? No! The ace from V-Drop Sparrow. Take your crown, King. I think you've dropped it on the floor.
Okay, Jared.
So
please
remember when a minute back you were tuning Mr. Sparrow that he's kind of wasting his operator pick and blah 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 blah. Well, guess what? He said, I'll pick up a good gun. I'm gonna click on people's heads, and I guess I'm single-handedly gonna take the entire gaming stack, put them on my back, and see how that works. And yeah. That was nice. That was nice. Well done,
Still
Sparrow.
not using his operators. I will force that. You just go click, shoot, pew, pew. Like.
And what's interesting is, and I don't know who the IGL is right now for gaming, but you've just seen your man Sparrow pop off when you said, "All right, my man, you're on smoke. you're not fragging anymore. I want to get the kills this time." I question that a lot. I really do. Why don't you put the man on Jaeger? Or the Wamai, just give him, or it's an alibi on the board. Why do...
I honestly don't understand, because I feel like if you put a Sparrow on a Jaeger, he puts down his utility and it actually gets used. Where, well, we literally saw him throw a Twitch drone into Nix and nothing for no reason. So yeah, I agree with you. This is really interesting to see. Especially with the aggression he's showing. So could we see a smoke just run through breach or something like that? You know, who needs an LS shotgun when you have a M590 on a Sparrow wall?
I'm happy that gaming have proven us wrong and they decided to do very well in that last attacking round. I know it was all off the back of Sparrow. I'm aware that most of it was just winning gunfights, and to be honest, yeah, Sparrow, you made them look like T-Hunt bots at that. But it was very much a one-sided affair. The attackers just kind of swarmed site, and that kind of gives me hope that the attackers will keep that up. And I'm kind of really hoping for that, because I would not like to see this just go in favor of Nexus and then we end up with a 7-2. I don't think that'll do these last 2 rounds justice, at least. We do see, however, gaming will be on the defense. They've got a very standard take, and speaking of standard, yeah, Nexus not doing anything interesting. I don't want to sound like a terrible person, but they're just doing a normal take. There's nothing
Jared,
too
did
complex.
you just see Destiny throw his own drone and shoot it?
Yeah, there's no pests.
I'm not crazy, right? There is nothing. Alibi going for a sneaky rotate. This is Jordan taking no damage, getting a little bit of damage onto Benji. One thing I wanted to comment on, Nexus just full on ran into the top floor, and that's where it stopped for the moment. They're all inside the wolf, the boar area. 2 of them repelled inside armory, and that's literally where it stopped. And
yeah, it's been very much, you know, I don't know, you put your pre-placed drones, green light, you run in, you've taken trophy, boom, you can't get past the smoke canisters, red light. And if this game of red light, green light goes in the same vein as Squid Game, we're going to see a lot of attackers drop very quickly. We won't see that, however, as we see Alibi being the first body to drop already. My man Twitch, you're taking quite a bit of damage. I hope that isn't the smoke canisters. It is the smoke canisters. Yeah, these attackers are still... They're at a crossroads. They don't know what to do. Breach is at least open, so that's a good start. But a start doesn't win you the round. You kind of need to execute from that. And Flores, you're in the smoke. Leave the smoke! What are you doing? It's a 3v2 on the side of the defenders. Gaming are just kind of taking this round, and from what I've seen of the health bars, pure stupidity on the side of Nexus. But we're going to see this 2v3 transpire. It's the Thermite, it's the Jackal. It's a good gun, it's a very mid gun. The Jackal's trying to get a pick, but it's to no avail. He gets shut down instantly, and the second SMG-11 will ring out and drop the Thermite. That's an easy close round on the side of VDRXP Gaming. Guys...
One thing I want to bring up.
If it hurts, why do you stay there? What is wrong with you?
Jared Sparrow got 2 kills on smoke. And one of them was a guy who just stood in his smoke. Jared!
That hurts my brain. That really hurts my brain. Oh no, guys. He wasn't, was he planting? He wasn't planting.
No, he was just in the closet, just standing there.
Why don't you move?
Maybe his controller died. You know, we don't have the luxuries of PC where it's plugged in, you know.
Fair.
PS4 controllers are wireless, or PS5, I don't know what he is on.
Probably went to the kitchen to get some dinner. Yeah, it's probably the only reasonable... Whatever the fuck... Sorry. That just slipped out. Whatever that was. Yes. Please, speak, Kyle.
We went from watching what I thought was like a pretty good game to that. Like, this game was actually really good. Sparrow was doing insane. The teamwork seemed better in those last 2 rounds from the gaming side. And Nexus started off in the most sarcastic way of saying it ever, strong, if I can put it. Rolf, just to bring up one thing, I didn't notice this until now. Rolf is 0-6, Jared. 7 rounds into the game. And he isn't the one throwing. He isn't the one throwing. Let that be known for a second as well. Once again, no mirror. What is it with teams that not bringing mirrors, Jared?
You know, I don't understand that. I think Mira is an operator that these teams really need to start utilizing. I think it's an operator that gets banned so often on this map because of its potency. I mean, we're already seeing the side of Nexus pushing through. They'll just leave bunker, which I don't necessarily understand, but they're setting up all outside of bunker. It's going to look for a normal big tower bunker take, which again we've seen standardized by quite a few teams. But I'm really surprised by the lack of presence that gaming is showing. No one is in Chico spot. No one is playing on the pillar. Yes, you have a man on double door, but I mean, that doesn't really help too much if they start swarming you. Speaking about swarming, there's already a man on the backstairs, and they're going to start looking to pinch this Mozzie as he's going to be isolated by himself. There's no util to try and help him on that side. And it's looking like Nexus are in the driver's seat right now in this round. We already see the Nomad getting taken off in what I can only describe as a miscom or a misdrone. As Jordan is just going to sit upstairs. He is gone unchecked, and he just finds it's the Nomad as well, the guy who's supposed to check for these things.
But once again, nothing is happening. They just simply lit. Now Nexus's whole play is just run and gun. Look, inside with the Jackal. Just.
Oh my word, and it's working. That's the problem. We're at a 3v3 health advantage on the side of the defenders, as Jackal is just. He's just holding the angle. They're inside. They can go for a plant right now. We already know that the Jaeger's upstairs in closet. I pray that he has rotated down at this stage. He has. Thankfully, the plant is already going down. It's halfway through 3.5 seconds. As that's going to get clocked down. It is down to a 2v2. The plant stops for whatever reason. I'm assuming he got scared or something. The frags are coming out on the side of the Jackal. It is now a 3v1 plant down as well. I don't imagine the Jaeger will get rezzed in this situation. What is the Echo to do? I believe the plant was stopped because of the echo. I did not notice that they had an echo on the board. The res might come up, but it is I don't recommend this. You're just going to get shot from the rotate if it's being held. It's not being held, and that is a crucial mistake on the side of Nexus. Should they clutch back? That is V-drop. The pre-fight is coming out. He's going to find the man on Harry Potter very easily. No one's on default. It's a 2v2. Very winnable in this situation. Make that a 2v1, a 1v1 at that. And it is now coming down. The timer is ticking and it's already gone. It doesn't matter. The frags are just going to come out, but it's the pad stats at that. As we see the attackers clutch out that round. A beautiful plant. Good teamwork. And that is how you're supposed to play Oregon. I know that they came down to frags and refrags and it kind of turned into a little bit of a chaos. But you're a man down, a 4v5, you have to get aggressive, and once your aggression pays off, you hold position, and that's exactly what the side of Nexus have done. They got those refrags, they made sure that they got their man count evened out, and then they played back to the structured and very well-timed plays, and we just saw the gaming guys start swinging. They didn't know what else to do, they had to try to get their man count back, and they had to try and interrupt the plant, which just, it didn't work. We saw Nexus just picking guys one by one. Jackal, you're just walking through sight and clicking on people at this point. And yeah, I've got a question. Gaming, you guys are very near match point, and that round was firmly on the side of the attackers. Like,
I'm finding it very interesting. The difference in teams. We see a Flores being brought out. Yes, I will be the first person to say I don't think Flores used his utility well. We saw him clear a barbed wire, blow up, destroy a Modifest, which is okay, but clear a barbed wire and then just drive his drone into a mute jammer. So that's 3 of his 4 pairs, 4 drones for nothing. And then the rest was just shoot, but the difference is already utilities being used. And from the side of VDRXP, we had nades being wasted almost every round, from the gaming side at least. Nades being wasted every round. We had Zophia's not being used, Ash Charge is not being used, and it already looks like the Nexus team, although the round did just come down to gunfights, at least doing more effort to, you know, try actually use the utility. And I personally think if it carries on like this, where the gaming side just, you know, loses the gunfights and the utility kind of gets used at least, even if though it's not the best use of utility, let's be honest, Nexus are mainly just run, gun, shoot, pew, pew right now, but they're at least using the drones to get info, destroying barbed wire for them to rush through. That's the biggest, and we get the first pick onto Kanan from the Jackal.
That pick is to no avail, as he is simply downed, and there are no nades on the side of the attackers. They're just going to start flashing down Pillar, hoping to get that kill, and he'll just get rezzed very easily right now by the mute. But that's Pillar control, taken very easily.
Take note, the mute is going in clutch for his team. He stopped the first Flores was muted. Second Flores was muted to get wall, and that's a utility is already being wasted. Now Jaeger's on a free flank here. Jordan once again, but how man advantage is already on the side of Nexus.
Wasn't there an edge up on that door?
There was. He walked it, and
what the hell's happening?
3 people.
You're just rushing through a single doorway. That's all that happened. And it is
3 bodies in the same door.
Yeah. I don't know from this stream who is watching from last week, where we saw ATK and VDRXP clash heads, but it was in very similar style. And I'm starting to wonder if it's not just VDRXP Gaming's presence, where they simply ignore any sort of structure, they ignore any sort of refragability, and it just turns into a slugfest. But it's not necessarily a slugfest that's not in their favor. We're seeing VDRXP coming out on top in these rounds, but it's odd. It's very weird, and it's sloppy siege. It's not attractive, but hey, look, if it gets the job done, then it gets the job done.
Jared, personally, I think you can agree with me. It's moments like that are frustrating to watch from an outsider perspective. One moment to bring up the scoreboard for everyone to see. Clippy just got a 3k on a shotgun, bringing him out to 6 kills. Sparrow is slowed down now. I don't know what to say. We're just watching people. We're just watching people do the dumbest things and it's working or not work.
I'm
Jared.
also lost for words. Don't worry, Kyle. I'm also lost for words. It's a 5v. It's a 4. What am I saying?
4v3.
No. It's not that. What I wanted to say, the points right now, it's 5-4. It's still a close game. It shouldn't be, but it is a close game. We've seen Ying coming out on the attackers. That tells me that Nexus are done playing around. There's no Warden that is prepped for this. So this is either going to be a I flash your entire team, bang, 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 I shoot, I win game. Or it's going to be a case of I flash my own team, bang, 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 we all die. And that's not a pleasant thing. And that is why Ying isn't brought a lot. Ying is a very good operator for site execution. The issue is you need to have a lot of... What is this? Oh, almost. That would have been nice. A little bit of a cheeky window play. But we won't see it. I think this Ying is going to be used on Attic. I think it's fair to say we've seen him position himself ready for the Attic swing, and there's only one player inside of Attic, but it is the Wamai. And I can only imagine that the discs are going to be flying through on this side. He's put himself in a very good position. He could go unawares, but the drone does spot him out. And the entry frag does come out and is on the Jackal. That Jackal is an operator that we've been criticizing quite a bit, and your job as the Jackal is to spot the roamer.
Three drones on the Jackal. Three
I know,
drones on the Jaeger.
I'm having a hard time fathoming this as well. Don't worry, Kyle. The Jaeger will just get off scot-free as he just walks back up to White, and it's as if he's still getting droned out because they don't know where he is. He shot out all the flank drones that are ready for him. A second frag comes up, but it comes up with a refrag as killing teammates is
Name a better duo.
Gaming's is, you know, what doesn't go hand in hand. Name a better partnership. Team killing, V-drop. Awesome. Hell yeah. We do see a 3v4 coming out. Execute should be coming through. I don't know if that wall is open. If it is not,
Main
I feel
base
like
was being open, but I don't know.
I hope so. I really do hope so.
It's muted.
Oh no. Oh no. And guess what? You guys, they forgot to bring an Ash, a Zoe, just anything that gets it from the bottom. You don't even have nades to time it correctly. You're just going to be shooting through the floor, and if you get it, awesome. I think it has still not been dispatched. Thank you. Okay, the mute jammer is taken off. Main wall's going to get opened, but I mean, how much time do we have left? It's not enough. 45 seconds when that wall gets opened, and then you still have to find frags, and you're already dropping so soon. It's a 2v4. Thermite will just get... Not Thermite, the Twitch will just get injured. The Nitro might kill his teammate if he blows it up. What do you...
What did we say, Jared? Name a better duo.
Oh.
V-drop and TK. That's 3 TKs that we've seen already. Jordan getting one, Sparrow getting one, now Ironic getting one. 2 in the same round. What is this? 5-5 now. Game is back in the hands of V-drop. In the hands of gaming now.
Yo.
I think this is where we're both going to be. It's make or break. Third site. This is where it's make or break. If by some miracle the gaming side, I don't even know if I should say by some. I don't know who should be winning this site because we saw the Nexus side win it on their first attempt. I don't know anymore, Jared. I'm so confused at what I'm watching right now.
I think trying to understand what's happening in front of you is very difficult because of the lack of coordination, the lack of game, or not the lack of gameplay. There's clearly plenty of it in front of us, but the lack of structure and the lack of kind of coordination almost makes it very difficult to observe.
I feel like I'm watching a meme invitational, if I'm being fair.
Yeah, it feels like I'm watching the casters from SI play in a charity live stream. It's not pleasant, but we have to have a winner at the end of the day. And I really think it is the gaming side that is bringing this unstructured play. Did you just throw an impact instead of putting down a Maestro camera?
Jared.
Guys.
I like this. So from my time with the V-drop gens, I know about this strat. So top floor roam, blocking yourself upstairs, being able to hold almost all of the sides, and now it looks like we're having a battle of who's going to make a rotate. Castle mute, and guess Castle's making it. But it looks like the Nexus side is going to try to be more direct. It looks like we already have the Ash of Destiny now getting ready to just take into the building. If they read into this, so this little corner over here, Jared, is probably the safest plant in this whole objective. Can't be destroyed easily. Only one person on side, and it's a Valkyrie. MPX is no rotate between sides, Jared. Jared.
Oh, the throw comes through, and the Ash will just pick up an easy entry as Nexus have kind of just sprung on this, and you can see the drone work that he's coming out. To what avail that will be, I'm not sure, but they have read into what you're saying very quickly as it's been left soft. The site wall has been left soft. For what reason, I am not too sure, but it'll just allow Nexus to creep in, and if they're aware of the lack of angles that Gaming have, this is an easy plant. It is a very easy plant. We have one man inside and he's playing on the stage. He's the only man that can influence this, and I believe he's on half health. It is the Maestro, and he's fallen off. Site is free. Where is everybody else? Okay, the Valkyrie is still inside, but I imagine then your roam presence upstairs is to no avail. Valkyrie's being drone out. Frag's already coming out on the side of Nexus. They're just slowly picking them off one by one.
Hatch control has been given up as well. Who's this on the hatch? We have Jackal. Jackal's taking over hatch.
They're just dropping Hatch! They're just dropping Hatch! The frags are coming out! What is happening? Yeah, look. Okay, Clippies, it's you. 1v3. Can you do it? You will get the first frag, and a 1v2 is slightly better. We do see Benji on the defuse and the Nomad to watch over the plant. We assume that's going to be coming out very soon. The shotgun does come out. Will he drop the Hatch? He is being watched. I cannot imagine that this will end well. The plant is going down. All you have to do is watch that. You don't watch it and the man will drop, but it doesn't matter. The frag will come out. The ARX hitting its shots. It doesn't have many in that 20 bullet mag, but trust me, those bullets are hitting, and that is another round on the side of Nexus, and we might be seeing the so-called V-Drop B team pushing for map 1. Yeah, that's crazy. I think on the side of Gaming there needs to be an emergency meeting. I think they really need to consider what is at stake and how they're going to fix it. We immediately see the mirror. I like this. Thank you. They've listened to me. No.
You had to open your mouth, Jared. This is Caster's Curse. That's a Caster's Curse. I'm straight putting that up to a Caster's Curse, Jared.
I'm imagining the KSI meme where he's just yes. No. That's basically what has just happened. The mute getting picked on. I don't think that's a good idea. The drone work in this game from both teams has been very inadequate. So let's
just bring it up to the last time they played Downside. The mute single-handedly was probably the most beneficial operator because it stopped the first kill coming through or helped the refrag onto the Jackal because it stopped the Flores drone from getting a freebie. It's been stopping the Flores drones really well, and Sinks has been religiously playing Flores at this point. So it might actually not be the worst play.
I still question the lineup on the defense from both sides.
Drop the smoke, because
smoke is fine. I understand. You're bringing the smoke because you need to have the shields because you're lacking the Goyo. But I don't understand the echo. I don't think it's coming up with enough intel, as we've seen. There's a lack of understanding of where these guys are. The Jackal was able to just push down the hallway and get the frag that he had earlier downed because, yeah, there was no intel to tell anyone that he was running down the hallway. So I don't think the intel on the side of Echo is useful enough to warrant. Speak about warranting intel, and I don't think there was any intel. Jordan. This is a straight up frag. Is he in garage?
Jordan!
No, guys.
On match point. Oh no.
And that is huge on the side of Nexus. They've dropped the so-called entry on the side of Gaming, and they are going to be looking to kind of take this. They know where the one guy is inside of E-Box. I hope they open up this very quickly. Where is the Thermite? Where is your hot breach again, gentlemen?
He's just sitting in a corner, just having a good time.
Just doing his thing. We do see Nexus droning out very well here. Yes, there are mute jammers. Yes, there are Mozzie pests, but I mean, you can see how intelligently Nexus are playing with their drones. The swing does come out, and will the smoke get dropped? No, he won't. I believe it's the mute, sorry. Will the mute get dropped? He won't. He will take off a lot of damage on the side of that Ash. So he's basically 1 HP, and you can Ashes is pushing in. He's got balls of steel, but it doesn't matter. His balls of steel have been blown up sky high.
What am I watching?
It's confusing. It's confusing world we live in. I will not lie. Nomad getting small bits of chip damage. That is an interesting flashbang. Won't really do much.
Surely you peek off of your flashbang and destroy the mutam at least.
No.
No.
That's too advanced right now. The smokes are already coming out with only 1:20 left. Lots of time. I don't advise this sort of util play, but you know, whatever keeps them out. What are you doing, Nomad? You just run in, turn around, run back, and your health is only little. Ah.
Sparrow is the smoke player.
So it doesn't matter. Sparrow using his util. The shots will come up, but he doesn't know there's a man prone right in front of him. He does end up connecting the shots, as it's now a 2v4 plant going down. And if this sticks, it does not stick, as I'm sure the Echo drone has dealt with him very swiftly. The pistol coming out, not finding the frag, and it's up to the Thermites in a 1v2 health, very much on the side of the defenders. And it's looking very dismal on the side of Nexus. I don't think we're going to be going to a 7-5, but in fact I think we will be going on to an OT1. Echo drone being found very quickly.
Jared, both players are droning.
I think that they're allowed to have that luxury, I do think. As Thermite's just going to kind of walk into the middle of the side. He's on such little HP, I don't think it's going to be an easy task for him, and no it isn't. He's just going to get quickly pre-fired through the soft wall on the breach, and that is... We're going to OT. On a game that I never thought would go to OT. I thought this was going to be a very one-sided affair for gaming, but it clearly isn't. No, not at all.
To be honest, after those first 3 rounds, or 4 rounds, I think it's safe to say we both thought it was going to be a one-sided affair to Nexus. And the way this Nexus team throws bodies, it works 50% of the time. But, you know, Jared, I know you're an IGL, and I feel like there's got to be someone in this Nexus team just there to say, boys, slow down, we have the picks we need, just play it safe. Because they get the first 2 picks. There's so many times where they've been in a 4v3 situation where they just need to, you know, get into a position to plant and hold. And all they do is throw the lives back at them. And it's been the reason why they're winning and losing this game. It's so... To be honest, the easiest way to say it is stupid. Because I feel like we're both just watching Call of Duty with one life. We're watching a game of S&D right now.
It doesn't feel like the players are treating themselves with one life. It feels very much like they see this as demolition, and they're kind of just throwing lives at it and, you know, having fun with it. Which, look, I enjoy some gunfight orientated siege, but yeah, it's very much a... I don't even know how to say it. It's very much a scrappy game.
SAC at its finest. Swing or be swung.
I would agree if you're playing against Meraki. But outside of that... I don't know.
Is that some shade?
No shade. But we know, we're all, I think we're all aware and we're all accustomed to the Meraki game style. It is very much swung or be swung. I believe it was quoted from one of the Meraki players, that phrase. Or at least that's where I heard it. Exactly. But yeah, we are getting on to first round of overtime. Very fun, very interesting. Hopefully we'll see a team decide, you know what, maybe playing slightly more structured is a good idea.
Jared,
they're droning
did
down.
You just hear that?
No.
Look at the floor. Ash charge to destroy the could it be utilities actually being used to open up a wall, and walls being opened with 2 minutes left, not a minute? Jared, utility.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Nexus opening up the main wall. They have not left this Roma unchecked, which will, I can assure you, will bite them very quickly. The drone is getting shot, and he's just going to hold breach from below. That MX4 Storm really able to rip through people, especially those who are unsuspecting of the alibis. He's just going to sit pretty. You can play this position, absorb intel just purely off sound, and when needed, just shoot people through the giant gaping hole that is at the bottom of the breach. and I don't think any drones are going to make their way downstairs. This is a very cool shield. It's something that I learned about, I think at the start of this season, the start of last, or the end of last, and it's every team so far I've seen have gotten it closer and closer and closer to that wall. I think this is the closest I've ever seen someone get this shield to the wall. It's a very small pixel, it's very broken. Oh no, oh no, oh no! I know the feeling, the plant will go down because the nitros have not ringed true, and the attackers are looking firmly in control, but they have not dealt yet with the smoke of Sparrow. You've spoken about his expertise, and how he's able to just clutch up certain situations. He had that ace earlier, but I don't think this is around that. Gaming can claw back. Nexus seem to be firmly in control, and they're sort of collapsing even after the plant down. It's now a 3v1 theoretically as the frags come out, and it is on the side of Nexus. Kind of just fell apart again. Not surprised. I don't know why I am surprised, but I shouldn't be.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a moment here while we're in a bit of an intermission to restart SharePlay. Jared, ramble for us for a second.
Yes. So, coming over to the overtime round. Remember, gentlemen, we know what we're playing for right now. It is VDROP Gaming, the team that is in this community established as the A team for VDROP, and then we've got VDROP Nexus, the so-called B team. But whoever wins here, I believe, in the grand scheme of things, that's realistically your A team. We're trying to see two it's both related to the same organ. Both of them are fighting for their title spot, let alone their spot on the log. But I think that there are bigger things in play. There's egos at play here. There are bragging rights at play here. So you can imagine that the guys are frothing in their mouth trying to get this game over and done with. And how good would it be if Nexus take map 1, the team that I believed before the game started to be the underdogs. If they could take this, that would just be the start of a fairy tale. They have gone downstairs, which I believe, for me, in my own opinion, is the most defender-sided side. And guess what? They've brought a clash. A clash is high. We have a hole in our defense. We have a hole in our defense. We need to sort it out. Put someone on clash. That's essentially what she is. And please tell me the clash is going to go back down the side. Thankfully, that would have been atrocious.
I wouldn't put it past the Nexus team, let's be honest. I wouldn't put it past them right now to have a roaming clash. But if I can comment on one thing, previous round, I spoke about it earlier, and that was, we haven't really seen any of the attacking sides, you know, or the Nexus side specifically, take the man advantage and then just play for the execute. And for the first time, what seems like a lifetime, we actually saw that, and it looks like we're probably going to see a Freezer main take again. Freezer main, it is going to be.
Look, Clash is very weak when it comes to a Freezer main as well, whether the team knows it or not. Allowing Clash to have open space and room to kind of wiggle around is very dangerous. It allows the Clash, if you're a good enough Clash, to really understand your environment and take advantage of it. But as soon as you have to push that Clash into a small hallway, whether it be Freezer, whether it be the small area just in front of main, it becomes very claustrophobic and it becomes very difficult to weave and bob out of the way. Weaving and bobbing is the man of Benji. He's getting wallbanged, but he will return back to site, but not before one of the Nexus guys getting the entry. Destiny picking up, I believe Clippy's trying to get aggressive on main stairs. I really do question that. I really do question that.
Round
it is
2?
Match point, guys. You need... And they're just swinging in tandem, and this doesn't look good. Unless Sparrow can do his history justice and just swing everyone on the side. Was that a Nitro Cell?
Yeah, Nitro Cell coming out, missing out. Sparrow does get a kill, but Benji was low health. It doesn't matter how low your health is when there's a headshot. This is where the clash is going to get annoying. Because now you have to deal with this clash, just staring at you, giving away the information. Practically a 4v3 in the side of the gaming team, and Sparrow... no, not... This is where he got his ace. Please don't let it happen again. Please don't... Oh, okay, thank goodness, Kanan. Thank goodness.
Oh my, and you're just letting Sparrow walk in. It's a clash versus the world. He pulls out the SMG, will find one, but it is I believe, fruitless until maybe he can pull up a second. Then I will start to believe. But the SMG-9, not the best gun, not the gun that you want to take gunfights with, and his head will swiftly be removed by that of the C-70, a gun that you actually want to take gunfights with. And we are going to, drum roll please, round 15. Hell yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be this close, surely?
Capcan, Frost, Legion,
No.
Shield staring at mainstays. Just something to stop Sparrow from walking down. Because that's 2 rounds that Sparrow's single-handedly won for his team. Single-handedly by just walking.
Clippies will just swap off of the mirror. Yes, it is second floor, and the mirror will bait out the Twitch
Base.
on the side of Sinks, which I think is a very... that could change how this game works. You've gotten rid of the Flores. The Flores is now unable to get rid of the smoke canister, the smoke shield. It's unable to get rid of the alibi shield. You don't have the smoke, the Flores to drive people out of certain positions. Getting that Flores out because you have to pick a Twitch just to get rid of the mirror windows, which are no longer there because of the sick pick. That sick pick could be a game changer from Clippies. And if it comes down to a shield winning the last gunfight, I think we can safely say that Clippy's sick pick has kind of, I don't know. I would like to think in a smart sense that yeah, Clippy's has big brain the entirety of Nexus. But we're not too sure. We've seen how amazing Twitch can be. The F2 just ringing true, taking people down very quickly. I mean, Sparrow has been very deadly on it. I haven't seen too much of Twitch on the side of Nexus, but we will see how things are going.
Oh moment to just
Sparrow, 20 question mark maybe
15 for Destiny. So if Destiny, wouldn't it be a dream to see Destiny get an ace on this last round? Just you know, instead of the man who we expect to get the 20 bomb, Sparrow, Destiny just comes and, well, it looks like the Nexus team are already upstairs. Okay, already very quick work being done from Nexus. What are we? Where is the rest of Nexus?
One man is on roam, 3 people on site, and I'm assuming 1 is in the side of attic. Interesting to say the least. The Banet, or not the Banet batteries, no Banet has been brought throughout this entire game. The mute jam is already off the wall. A second ash shot is going to try and get the guy behind bunks out, but I'm not too sure the ash charge is your favored weapon. I don't think it does too much. It simply opens up the angle, makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But hey, you can kind of just walk away. There is a shield there though. I didn't notice that. And if the ash charge can get rid of the shield, that is a massive play from Destiny. He's going to pick up some damage. The shield is still standing, but it doesn't matter. Destiny is no longer standing as he is dropped very quickly, and that is immediately putting it's putting the advantage on the side of VDRXP Gaming. This alibi going unnoticed, and that can be a massive turning point. Jordan, you can single-handedly flank your team, but please be wary. The Maverick of Benji is creeping up, crouched, 3 speed. We know that makes no sound, but I think he will abandon that front. But he's still wary, he still believes the alibi will come through in Z, and I think we're going to start seeing a gunfight coming soon.
Please,
don't want to miss that.
Oh no, Benji! And this, I feel like this, the only way to put this into words now, in my opinion, is pedigree. The experience of the VDRXP team just coming in now, and Plant's going down.
Hold that thought there. Then I don't think it's going to stop him. The Plant will go down.
But
well then, Ralph.
Sparrow on 19. Sparrow on 19.
Ode to Ralph. Sport player making sure the Plant goes down. Doesn't really matter what else, because now it's still winnable. A man does get through, and he's on the main breach. He will swing around with a shotgun. He will get the kill, and it is now a 1v4. Defuse will start coming out, and I think the sheer body count of the men running out is going to be enough. The frag comes out, and Sparrow is on 20 kills. Congratulations, Sparrow. You've earned yourself, what do we say, like, chair in the Hall of Fame of R6Z, the 20 kill bomb chain. Chair.
Why is it
stuff from
always
Sparrow.
Oregon? Every time I see a 20 bomb, it seems like it's this map.
It
I
is
believe
frag.
Rubbish for Imperial got it on this map. I've got mine on this map now. Sparrow's on this map. 20 kills and Oregon. Name a better duo. Oh wait, V-Drop and TKs. I forgot about that one.
But yeah, we have seen quite a bit of a slugfest. We just saw both V-Drop teams going blow for blow. We will be preparing for the next map, which will come soon. But yeah, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. It wasn't very a very controlled game. It was a very frag-heavy game, and I think like you said, we are coming down to the term pedigree. We are seeing the teams that are slightly just edging out, teams that are more experienced, teams that are, I don't know, they have more gun skill and they're able to put that to use. And at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. If you are able to win those rounds out for gun skills, if your total kills on your side of on your team is more than that of the other team, where we saw a man of Sparrow's nature going 20, I don't even know how many deaths.
20
I'm
and
not
9.
gonna. Lord, more than 2k. Okay. Yeah, look, if you've got the pedigree of Sparrow on your team and you're able to frag out like that, it's huge. I must say, congrats to V-Drop, congrats to Sparrow on the 20 bomb. Tough luck, V-Drop. Hope you guys bounce back. We will be heading into map 2.
Coastline, Jared. We thought Oregon was gonna be swing, swing, shoot, shoot. Map 2 is coastline.
Does it have to be coastline? Can't we get a villa or something?
Villa's
that's
map 3,
or
Jared.
club. Oh no. Okay, so we're going to see another game that is going to be absolutely off the rails, and then we're going to be seeing a game that is going to be, if we get to map 3, that is, we're going to be seeing a game that is completely on the rails. I want to see that map 3. I know I'm someone who's more accustomed to seeing and enjoying the more structured and more intelligent plays, but I cannot lie to you, when you see someone like Sparrow walk to the side and getting 5 kills, it's quite entertaining. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and I believe we are going to be taking a little bit of a break here, so we'll see you guys in 5 or so minutes
Cool.
for Coastline. I'm just gonna stop the share behind, so just restart it then with the game start. I think that'd be better. We have to go watch people to shoot, and Rolf is staying in and he couldn't shoot that whole game. Oh no. Have mercy on my soul. Oh no, 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 no. I'm just gonna go check everything's good with the players, because I just see Jordan would leave. Yeah, we'll just have a quick check, make sure everything's good with the players.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We are on Coastline. The bans are happening. I don't know, I think we're going to see another bout of the guns, another headshot spectrum, if you will. Jackal already getting taken off the board. It's a good gun. That's why you're getting it off the board. Ying off. We also saw a bit of the Ying creeping in overtime, but thankfully that's off the board. It's not a fun operator you like to play with, but in saying that, those two ops are off the board. Nomad isn't, and that turns a map with already 0 rotations into even less rotations. So we're going to be seeing a very controlling attacker side. Ace is also still on the board, so that allows the entire quad wall to get opened up on a hookah billiards defense. So that is going to be interesting. There's a lot of aspects Coastline kind of provides. I think it's a terrible map. I hate Coastline. Please bring back Theme Park. Please, Ubi, please. Please bring back Theme Park. It's better than this absolute disgrace of a map, in my opinion. Vigil is banned. We know why. You press the Vigil scanner. The Vigil scanners show up even if you're on the other side of the map. That's how small this map is, and again, how much of a disgrace the map is. Bring back Theme Park, amen, brother. And then we will see the LA get banned. We expect that. It's the FO12. It's the Boomstick 101. But yeah, we're gonna start it off, and we're not going to be seeing a hookah billiards. Instead, we're going to be seeing a kitchen service. And my good Sir Kyle, have you noticed anything different about kitchen service?
There's a little window.
There is a little window. Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Monty plants.
Let's go! Yeah.
That's a little bit of a heated dirt. No more
very
stupid
cool.
Monty plants for you, dirt.
Site is very cool. I know, but now what we're doing is teams are feeling more inclined to go for the office sunrise take. Why? Because it allows you to cut off the entirety of kitchen. It allows you to cut off courtyard, and then what it allows you to do is simply jump into the window of kitchen and plant. Very easy. And what's even nicer, and I discovered this through my own testings, the angle that you used to get by opening up the top of the top of the floor wall where you can watch from luggage, that angle no longer exists. Because the window at the bottom, the frame on the top piece at least, is a lot lower. So you cannot see anything from the balcony. You cannot see that deep into the site. So it's like the devs kind of said, oh, we're aware that service entrance is a very easy plant. You know what? We're just going to get rid of that viability entirely, and we're just going to move it all over to the kitchen side, and we're going to make kitchen even easier to plant on. and that's what I'm seeing more and more, and I expect teams to do that more and more. But yes, if you look across all the other RMG games this season, Coastline gets banned very quickly, and rightfully so. I don't even know why you're making those angles at the top of the wall. I just explained to you why they're useless, but thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
You never know. Maybe there's a prone angle that you and I don't know about.
Sure.
Maybe if you get prone. Not
I've tried everything. You can do it, but you'll only see I think the first counter. You won't be able to see the whole way to the window, so it's kind of stupid. But hey, these oaks are the comp players. We're not the comp players, Kyle. We don't know a thing. We're just casters, if you think about it. We will...
The sunrise take.
What did I say? And the entry frag is already coming out. It's a refrag. If anything, 40 seconds have passed and we've already got 2 bodies on the floor. Okay. It happens.
Is what we wanted to see. Let's be honest. We wanted to see this.
Well, this is Coastline. This is Coastline, Kyle. This is a map that we're accustomed to seeing brazen plays. We're accustomed to see people drop in the matter of seconds, and that's what makes Coastline entertaining. There's no drones in front of Benji. He's just face checking white stairs, and that is. You can't do that on any other map. That is a Coastline feature. Bodies are just getting dropped. It's the SMG-11 on the vert play. Very impressive shot there. Threading the needle, if you will, as he's able to use that gun with very little bullets and simply drop someone above him. As we are already seeing a vert take, but it's mixed with... I don't like this. I will say that much. Yes, I'm equally confused.
We have this is. It looks like Nexus are current. Never mind. Nexus are actually grouping up again. I was gonna say, looks like Nexus are doing what the gaming side seemed to be doing and just splitting up, but eventually getting regrouped here. So this is a bit more beneficial to them. Mute's still playing pretty safe. Kalen has dropped all the way back onto site. Will he swing the whole way? Come on, wallbang. Wallbang for dad. Wallbang. Give us a beautiful wallbang. Puppy wants to see a little wallbang. Come on, Kate. Just swing and shoot.
I don't think the players can hear us, Kyle. Haha. Got him.
First thing we swear, we have a third-person spectator of the whole map and can see everything.
We will see the smoke canisters come out. It's very early, and I do question that, but we are in a state where the pressure is building up, and you can kind of feel it. Courtyard not being checked, and if Ash gets swung by bathroom, which I think is going to happen in 3, 2, 1, the swing does not come out, and Ash is allowed to just open up that side wall. And he's just going to walk in. Oh my word, what are you doing? Gaming, what are you doing? You're allowing the Ash to walk free. Benji picking up a single frag, and he might just get this next man. He does. That's the Warden down. Almost going for the triple. It's a 2v2 right now. You don't need to pick up that frag. Benji, think about it, in the frag will come out. That's the diffuser. Benji. Gentlemen, anyone watching this stream, if you get a down with 10 seconds or 20 seconds or less, don't confirm the kill. Don't lower your IQ to that of a gingerbread man. Just play the site, play the OBJ, and cover your man defusing. As much as I want to credit Benji for doing well on that entry, he then proceeded to throw the round at a later stage, and almost just he allowed the guy to just walk in, take the man out with the diffuser, and then run back out. No punishment, no nothing. I can only imagine Nexus's comms are...
If we're being realistic, the round shouldn't have gone Nexus's way anyway, so fair play on Benji for bringing it so close, regardless. And
yes.
Look,
but Benji could have won the round, Kyle.
Nah. We had a player flanking from behind. We had a player flanking from behind, so it was very difficult for him to win.
But he was going for the downed kill. He wasn't even watching the player from behind.
Agree. Shouldn't have gone for the down kill, but once again, he heard Kalen come through bathroom on the Wamai, plus the mute flanking from behind, so very difficult for Benji to do much, and it looks like our Jaeger is lagging. Jordan, is your ping okay, brother? He is currently moving.
Hope so. We don't want to see a DC, especially now that we are on map 2. He looks fine. He looks like he's jittering, doing his thing.
He's fine.
What are Nexus doing? I mean, not Nexus. What are gaming doing in terms of VIP? Have they gone for the double reinforcement? Are they trying to electrocute it? Are they trying to play inside of VIP? I wonder, because VIP for me has been one of the more substantial changes on this map. And I think it's a part of the map that no one is utilizing. They've almost allowed you to play that as a massive buffer room. Kyle, if you would be so kind, could you please go over to VIP? I wanna see what's happening here. We do see someone. They are bandited. Okay.
Yeah.
That means that. Okay. Doesn't really matter. Jordan will just get instantly traded out, and that is your man with the worst connection on the team dropped. Yeah, Frostmats are still being set up.
I'm interested in the play with the Frostmats, because Frost aren't something you generally see on this map. Where is this fight? This is a Frostmat that kills everyone. We all know it. This Frostmat will kill everyone.
Yes, if your team is pushing from that side, but it would seem that Nexus are going for a blue bar aqua take, and they're not even being discreet about it. It is quite literally the entire team pushing luggage and aqua. Yeah, they're just gonna kind of try and win gunfights. First gunfight already coming out on the side. That is a vert play as well on the side of the buck, as they're just, yeah, you can see they're just slowly taking over. The middle reinforcement on Hookah is missing. I question that, but the shots from Clippies I do not question. Beautiful headshot, and that is the IQ off the board. It's a 4v3. Plants are already going down, and there's no one else except the Ash that is planting. Bodies are dropping. It's a 3v2.
Oh, Johnny shot with a beautiful shot through the vertical from below.
This buck is playing such an instrumental role, and he's already gotten 2 picks, and he's just going to cover the diffuser from down here. Bandit is in a very worse for wear situation. He will go for the defuse, but the buck is right below you. The buck can hear it, and he's just going to open up the floor even more. First frag comes out, and it's a beautiful shot. It's a 1v1, but he knows that the man below has the shotgun. He knows he doesn't stand a good chance. He needs to do something about him. And he's going to find him. No ways. And the time is enough.
What a clutch coming out from Kalen to win that round for gaming once again.
It was only 2 kills, vibes, but it wasn't. It was 3 kills because he injured the buck. But
the 1v2 was so instrumental. Killing the Ash and Repel, Buck making such a huge misplay. Maybe should have played it a bit closer through the vert angles. I don't know what to say there.
Good setup. Good setup from Nexus. Just unlucky that Kalen was just better. His gaming socks were tighter on his ankles. It's as easy as that.
Things you love to see, a penthouse defense.
I don't want to be that guy, Kyle, but that was the attacking side losing 2 rounds in a row. It is gaming who have come out on top on Coastline, a very, very, very attacker-sided map. And we're not going to be seeing a meta. Was meta banned? It wasn't. Why are we... Guys, is there some... Did I miss a meta nerf of some sorts?
So, what I'll say to it, I feel like after the mirror nerf originally came through, people aren't that comfortable with her, and to be honest, I don't think she's that important for the setup we're currently seeing. Like, the shield play on 90, I'm guessing Smoke should be putting his shield, yeah, as I was gonna say, where the default mirror usually would be. So I'm guessing, I don't think the mirror is that influential here, especially with the Goy on the board, rather being the other vector. I love how VIP is currently being played. It is so cool. Only thing, 90 is very vulnerable if this wall gets opened, but this wall isn't gonna get opened because, once again, no Thatcher, no one's going to go below on this side. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a very straight up attack, maybe coming from across the map? Yeah, coming from across, from Aqua side. Aqua and Hookah side.
Where's the Kaid?
Bandits.
I know Bandit exists. Where's the Kaid?
Well, you got Bandit though. Kanan's been trying. Are you gonna take Kanan off of a Bandit?
If you want the strat to work, Kaid just seems like the better operator. Again, I'm thinking of it in a intelligence point of view. I'm not thinking of it as a frag heavy point of view. I know that you want the MP7 so you can pew pew the bad guys, but an Electro Claw outside will just or on that wall at least, going outside. It will just absolutely torment the attackers. It doesn't really matter though. All my words are kind of put to vain as the attackers are just pushing down the hallway. You say that, but the IQ is nowhere near that side. He's just gone for frags on the side of Aqua, and we already see Benji pushing up before he swiftly leaves. We did miss the frag on Jordan. I believe the Ash swiftly killing him before Destiny's demise, as he was the first man who encountered the Jaeger. This is a very interesting take. We start seeing frags already coming out. Flippy's just swinging with the ump, and they just keep lining up, and he keeps swinging with the ump. What is happening?
Base gunning
again. No.
Why are we... we see a misplay on utility coming out from Sync here, using his flourish runs to get the wall, but no hard breach on the board, so currently isn't that relevant to the play, but never know, maybe it was actually to push out Caitlyn. Not much capitalization you can do in the situation.
You said, ooh, this is interesting.
I liked this. Never seen this angle myself, but then again, haven't played the site at all.
Yes.
This is a nice angle.
Guess what? This game just got clipped. This strat has just been stolen. Thank you, Clippies. Thank you, VDROP Gaming. We appreciate your input to the community. But it doesn't really matter. The guys are pushing on the side of the white stairs. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this attack has been very much... It's fallen short, and not because the attackers are doing anything wrong.
This is such an interesting play.
How do I... They don't know what they're doing, if that makes sense.
And Zyronic just capitalizing. The angle that we just saw that Zyronic was holding to watch the luggage door, beautiful angle. And once again, Clippy's angles, the crossfires that are being held and established here from VDROP Gaming are amazing. The utility game for that site was, wow, I haven't seen as good utility use as that in a very long time. Like, that is probably some of the best siege on defense I've seen in the SA scene in a while. But it worked. And now we go back down to kitchen. Question is...
I'm very confused in terms of what Nexus were doing that round. We praised gaming setup, and rightfully so, but what are Nexus doing? They did a 5-man push down the hallway from hookah into 90. Why? Why is that a thing that you want to try? Why don't you put some... Why don't you just bring a hard breacher and you open up the wall? Aces are not banned, so just open up the VIP wall and make your job 10 times easier. Why are you trying to win gunfights?
I feel like teams are still becoming accustomed to coastline, so we can't be that angry about not bringing hard breach.
Oh my god, and the smoke just reinforced the wrong wall.
There is no wrong wall for it.
There is the wall, the 2 walls that he's reinforced, none of them help you. The one between those 2 walls is what you're supposed to reinforce so that people don't pre-fire the barricade through that wall and into the doorway that can kill you inside of kegs. You just had such a good setup, and now you're doing that. You've just wasted 2 reinforcements, and you still have an angle that can be made on the attacker side.
Once again, it's
sorry, I'm overanalyzing. I'm overanalyzing.
The angle isn't going to be coming into play because it looks like once again we will be seeing a sunrise take. Actually, top down.
It's going to be a hookah take.
Is Benji getting drone? This is what we like to see. And Ash, oh, never mind. Ash is outrunning his drone, but Destiny helping him getting the first pick. And beautiful shot across the map. The top floor control was taken so quickly. Nexus is doing such a good job of actually getting into the map and taking map control. The biggest problem for Nexus right now is what you are actually coming down to, the funneling. And as much as Benji on the previous defensive round made an Ash charge and just ran into side, it was still practically through a doorway, and it was literally by side door. It was a funnel. The IQ being brought, did IQ bring breach charges? This is the
no claymores.
That is interesting.
I am really questioning the Ash right now. I really think that I'm gonna stick on this one for a long time. I know it's irritating you right now, but I really think you could have brought an ace instead of the Ash. Just, yeah. Or even just drop the IQ until they bring a Valkyrie. That man's going to get soloed out very quickly as the drop comes through. He's pushed off behind the... Oh, he's dead. Sorry. What am I saying? The frag just comes out as Benny just decides to swing the kitchen door. He's going to hit this barb, and he's most probably just going to run in as the 5v2 looks very advantageous. Smoke comes out, which will halt his progress, and it's ironic will get his own onto the side of Destiny. It's a 4v2. Sight's looking very pressured, and it's only a minute left. You can really see the tempo of Coastline like pushing through. Is the new flashbang mechanics, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, you can really see the accelerated tempo that Coastline provides. It's very much a, you know, swing and ask questions later kind of map. And the attackers are taking full advantage of this. You start seeing people like the Jaeger who, in the space that we've been speaking, as DC'd.
And Barrow with the one pick, but now it's ironic, in a 1v3 situation. Where are the attackers? One is playing Vert. Nomad is holding.
Oh my god.
Nomad gets on cam at the wrong time. Oh, very unfortunate for Zyronic. Is Jordan back in the game? Yes! No rehost, Jared!
Let's go. You could have just paused the timer. It is equally as efficient, but I get what you mean. Nexus that round were a lot more prolific, and I believe it's just them hitting their shots. We saw the drones come out, and we were praising their drones, but we saw very quickly that the IQ and the Ash just outran their droning counterparts and decided to frag the Jaeger purely based on face checking. So I don't think the drones are coming into tuition as much as we would have liked to see. But on the same side, yeah, there's a lot. It's trickling over from the first map. It's already better siege, Kyle. I will say that much. We are seeing much better siege from both teams.
The problem is chat now, Jared. Here's something just out of chat for you to think about for a second.
Yes.
At the real Paval, I'd take a bandit because the bandit is more viable to play offside if you consider the caliber of the play, inclusive to the op selected. So, you know,
I'm going to elaborate on that. I think that if you're talking about offside as in playing on a roam, I wholeheartedly agree. The issue is that if you're defending Penthouse and the room next to Penthouse is VIP, then bring a Kaid. Because then you're not playing offside, you're just holding the room next to site. And then using a 1.5 times on that bunk angle that Clippies was holding becomes very, very, very beneficial. Especially when your entire site or your entire setup is based on crossfires and long angles. Then I don't see Kaid being a terrible option, especially since he brings the Nitrocell anyways. And again, that bandit's not there to trick. You're bringing the bandit because of the gun, but if you can't shoot straight with the AUG A2, then...
And simple answer, everyone in chat, comment, bandit or Kaid. Let's see what gets more. If you're in the chat, give us your opinion on this.
If you're an intellectual player, you'll bring Kaid. If you're a fragger, you'll play bandit. That's just how it is.
This is how it works. We asked the chat. We asked the chat. Chat is right.
I have never seen bandit being banned in a pro siege game. I have only seen Kaid being banned because Kaid is a lot more difficult to deal with. That is all I'm going to say though. Please don't let my information and my understanding of the game influence your decision. I would like to see what everyone says in chat, and please Kyle, can you keep watch of that, seeing as you do have the chat open. We can resort back to that, but yeah, the reason why Kaid is banned so often is because of his ability to just absolutely shut down any sort of attempt of hard breaching a wall. Whereas Bandit, you know it's below, you just nade it from below and that's it. You still have the Nitrocell with Kaid. The only thing that you are dropping is the 3 speed, and Jordan has just found himself on another entry, and it's Destiny again for 2 rounds in a row. But Jordan, that's not the second time that he's died on the entry. I believe it's the 4th. Or the 3rd, sorry. And with only 5 rounds, it's not good. That's really not good. You need to play that roam smarter, or at least closer with everybody else, but you keep finding yourself being sandwiched amongst 3 Nexus players. And I have to congratulate Nexus because they're clearly identifying the problem, and they're closing Jordan off very quickly. We are going to see that same push that we saw earlier. It's very much an office with the buck. Push everyone else into Aqua. Destiny getting a second shot, and yeah, the Bucks already got control downstairs. The pushes already come inside of Aqua. Where is the frost mat?
Oh! On default, there's a frost mat. Is it known about? The Ironic getting a little cheeky shot. We heard that.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say, one thing changes this whole setup. Someone on big window, and that looks like the floor is coming to big window, but nothing to watch his run out. Little Nomad. Okay, we do have something. My apologies. So
I must congratulate Nexus,
Jared.
whoever's the person who. Yeah. No, man, that's the frost mat. Oh my god, guys, and you're just heading to. Oh my god, guys.
the fuser is now left in no man's land, and the only player upstairs, I believe, is.
You have to go for a
rotating
default
now.
plant. How many smokes does the smoke have? He has nothing left. So you can go for a default smoke plant.
Oh, Benji!
Oh.
A beautiful wall bang!
And the Buck's
And
just going to
people
start
come
playing
out.
from below. Oh, but the C4, where's the Buck that was playing below? He's dead.
Buck died.
Oh my, and the frags are just coming out. It's a
Ironic.
1v2. It's the man on the rappel, the man of the hour, Flores. The Argentinian operator will just swing over the bar and he might just get picked off very easily by this MPX. He will evade his head. This went from such a well-planned and well-orientated push from the side of Nexus, just like last time where they were able to get the diffuser off and they just lost that 1v2 clutch, or 1v3 clutch, mind you mean. We're seeing the exact same thing just transpire right now. Perfect execution. The Bug plays below, sets up for post plant, gets ready, but he's just easily taken out, and then a C4 is lurking below. You allow a frost mat.
C4 was not below. C4 came through from the balcony.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So
I
threw it
saw the
around.
buck. Saw the buck get dropped, and I just assumed the C4 would have then come from the player who had taken out the buck. But yeah, didn't see that. The frost mat though, not going checked, and in my opinion, being the savior of the round, because had that plant gotten off, Nexus's setup was so good and looked so controlling of the site, and had the entire site split up with
A lot
all its
better to the
crossfires.
first attack, if we can put it that way.
I
we had a lot
disagree.
more map control.
I
The
disagree.
first attack onto Hookah, I feel they didn't have the control though. Like
They
it was
had the plant off. It had to be a clutch to try and take back the site.
but
I would
the
argue that the
was
first
so
one was.
simple.
It wasn't. They won a gunfight on a guy playing rappel, which is just being stupid because you shouldn't lose a gunfight on rappel. Especially if you're going to be putting the normal rappel, you should be playing the upside down rappel inside the hookah double door. On top of that, if you're playing Vert as a buck, you cannot be playing aggressive and holding the angle. You need to be playing off of sound. So that came.
Jared,
I know the reinforcements are still there.
What you've been wanting to see? No. Stop looking at the defense. The defense setup hasn't worked. You can't take that away from the defense.
We are seeing an ace, but I think
Ace and Thatcher.
Where are the attackers coming from? If they're pushing for a service entrance, yes, it's valuable. If they're not pushing service entrance, I don't see the value in it. I'm assuming they thought it was a penthouse. They thought it was a penthouse hold. That's why they brought the Thatcher and the ace. But it isn't. They're playing on a site that demands more gunfire than anything else, and I think that the ace and Thatcher is too little too late. It's a 4-1 in the favor of gaming. Nexus have decided to kind of bring the right ops, but it's for the wrong site, and it's on the last round. They can't even experiment if it's going to work or not.
One thing I want to credit Roll for right now, look at his drone work. He's managing to help his team get this map control. This is why we can safely say Nexus have been getting map control so easily and so quickly. Off of the back of Roll's droning, pedigree and how to play support from him. Like, one thing I gave him a lot of slack in the previous game about his kills, but his kills are irrelevant because of how well he's playing his role. C4 coming out, making the Vert play a little bit easier for the attackers now. I think it actually did destroy a breach shot, so basically a 1-for-1 trade, but I do value a C4 a little higher than a breach shot. As you see, the MPX of Clip, he's just, spraying to the floor here, getting drones. Clippy's doing a lot of work, it seems like, in this round. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
A reminder that Clippy's is the last C4 on site as well. So he needs to make this count. The first C4 was kind of thrown away, if you will. And I'm assuming the defenders just assumed that they wouldn't play Vert this round, which is very good.
No. C4 came out to try to destroy the player. Heard him put down the breach charge.
Yeah, but like I said, to no avail, because you just did the breach charges roll. You open it up where the breach charge would have opened it up regardless. It would have been nice to find a kill, but you haven't even found damage onto one of the attackers. So we're left with Clippy's trying to get a pick. We also... Is that Jordan?
Jordan is still alive?
He is, yes.
Wasting a lot of time. 40 seconds left. I just noticed the time. We have 40 seconds to actually take the site.
Do they know he's there? Is he actually wasting time, or is he kind of just gone unawares? You have one man...
They do know he's there. They have opened the holes for him, and it looks like
Jordan, if you can come through here, it'll be the redeeming quality of your first half split. The frags are already coming on a Nexus, and Jordan, you need to do something. You can't be running away. You need to have an impact to this round as the frags keep coming out inside of Nexus, and you're going to get caught unawares, and Jordan will drop yet again for the umpteenth round in a row. And we now see Nexus clearly all over site. It is up to Sparrow. He's pulled aces before, but not this time, as he's swiftly shut out, and it's to the hands of that AK-12.
Hey Jared,
not necessarily
split again. Could we see a 8-7 going in the other way?
If we see an 8-7, but this time going towards Nexus, then I think Nexus would have earned a little bit more respect from the community, and I say that because they have been viewed as the lower team in this matchup. Yeah.
Look, I think we are taking a bit of credit away from them. This team is powerful. They are a young team. That's the biggest drawback for this Nexus side is the team is incredibly young, and for a young team to come into the league and actually be doing as well as what they are doing right now, I think we are taking a bit of credit away from it. No hate from us towards the side of Nexus here. These kids are... Well, Jared and I are garbage compared to these kids aim-wise.
We are washed old men. We are washed boomers, if you will. So, I'm gonna... trivial question... Oh wait, there's no clash in the board.
64 onto a Goyo.
Yeah, I find it so much better. Trivial question for you, Kyle. What is Coastline known for?
Shoot, shoot, pew, pew.
Can you shoot, pew, pew with a clash?
No.
Oh, no, mister.
But we can shoot, pew, pew with an Amaru.
This is also true. And I'm assuming that's why we see it getting brought. This is an interesting setup. We are seeing a hold being extended into the main hallway.
Wait.
Wow.
This is I'm gonna say it straight. This is cool. This is intricate and unique and something I wish we'd see more of. Nexus using the full map. And
it's going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. I believe, is that a deployable camera on the back of the front desk from lobby? On that wall, watching through. It is a deployable camera, yes. So, cool thing about this is you can see the feet of everyone walking through Blue Bar. I'm assuming they've opened up footholds. Yes, they have. That camera allows you to see feet through Blue Bar.
This is so interesting.
Very interesting. It is very intricate. Speaking about intricate, have you ever been in a position where you are finding things intricate in your life? You're feeling a little bit down and out? Well, don't worry. We're sponsored by 32GI. You've heard that name multiple times, and it's only right we say it once more, maybe even twice more. We'll see if we get to another map. But yeah, 32GI.
As well,
thank you, Kyle. But yes, 32GI. Thank you again for sponsoring this league. Thank you for sponsoring the entire Siege scene at that. We do see your involvement. Please guys check out their products. Very happy to have them on board. And yeah, thanks again for 32GI for sponsoring this league. Back from the ad break, it's a 3v5. The attackers are crumbling the setup, and I believe the setup was slightly too intricate to hold, because we see things kind of falling at the seams. That hallway setup, although it's good, it kind of stops someone playing inside of the main lobby, but no one was attacking from the main lobby. The shield has gone to waste. The Goyo hasn't even tried to move the shield.
And it's a 3v3.
Yeah, I say that, and Caster's Curse seems to keep coming back at me. As yes, and that's the feet getting snipped away on the side of
This
Destiny.
setup is actually doing a lot of justice. VDROP have a lot of angles to focus on, and I think the angles right now that have been opened up are the biggest issue for the side of VDROP now. Not a lot of freedom for them to play how they want to. You have to watch everything. So much for them to focus on. Damage coming now onto Clippy. Zaronic taking a bit. Zaronic giving some back now, and Zaronic is taking out Destiny, being very aggressive. Now we see Clippy's on a Thatcher in a 1v2, 1v1, and Destiny coming in huge.
There's a famous quote by Kickstars: "Why are you sprinting? You're in a 1v1. You know where he is. Why are you sprinting towards him?" Clippies gets caught in the sprint animation and gets swiftly taken out by the Org. That was a massive round from Nexus. You had a very intricate setup that I don't believe won them the round. I believe the gunfights from the 3 men in sight won them the round, because the guys who are holding those key positions on that setup died very quickly. You saw those guys getting dispatched quite easily. Yes, the blue bar holes helped out quite a bit, but that's kind of where the setup started and ended. The hallway didn't really pay off. It's more for a lobby take. In the Goyo, I would have liked to seen a util switch up, maybe move the shield to face where everyone's coming from. But regardless, again, I'm over-analyzing. Congrats to Nexus, a big round, and we're starting to see that exact same trend. It was a 4-2 split. The side that was at the disadvantage take their first round, and it's back to a 4-3. Should history repeat itself, we should see a 4-4, but history will repeat itself, at least 40% of it, as we do see an almost team kill coming out, as Jaeger is left on not full HP. Benji, I know you're screaming at your friend right now, but relax, you've got a game to play, 10 seconds left, and then you guys are back into the action.
To bring up the scoreboard for a second, we see that this game is pretty even overall if you actually look at the kill wise. 8, 8, 6, 6, 7, 9. It's not as close, but 3, 4, 1, 1. So these teams are literally coming out very clutch. In the fragging department, teams are working really well together. I love Miro and Blue Bar is such an interesting op. Hope you can make the rotate before you get wallbanged. But we do have Wamai, I believe, playing inside of Officer. You should be okay. Rolf holding strong, having a beautiful game here for himself.
Fun fact, this is the first time we've seen Meta this entire series, and it's been about time. You know, it's such a good operator, and we're only bringing her out now, especially on a map like Coastline, that as soon as you add something like that, you add that fortress, it immediately affects your gameplay. But it doesn't matter. Sparrow will just walk in, click on some people. The frags are coming out. It's almost like a rush, if you will. It's a 3v2 already, and we've only gone through a minute of the round.
I also think Mozzie's offside. No. Kills are just being thirsted very aggressively, and it did end up working for him. Big dubs. Now is IQ lying prone, or is it Clippies? Get off the floor, man. Every time. Playing against Clippies can be so frustrating. Man is very much a prone warrior. Very good with it. Knows how to play it well. Oh my! Hello! Jared, I am now officially going to say your whole saying from last round, where you said that the strats didn't win them the round. I fully disagree with you now. Every single hole that has been made by Nexus has won them around. These long angles and these open sight lines are single-handedly bringing this game back towards Nexus. And it is so interesting to see. The work that they put into Coastline is definitely showing up in full force. Oregon was really good as well from them. I honestly, this Nexus team is impressing me so much. The growth coming out of these young kids here is sensational. The six pick of the gods, Mozzie to Mozzie. All hail the solo six pick for no reason. You know, love to see that. Thatcher being six pick onto a Thermite. Thermite onto Thatcher. Oh, Jared, these Nexus boys are gonna make you bite your tongue.
My what? Sorry. I'm in a little bit of a state of questioning a lot of things that are happening. I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna go against what you're saying, Kyle, because you need the clicks. That's how you get the attention. Hot take. I don't think any of the strategy of Nexus, yes, it's good. Yes, it's confusing for the attackers, but I don't think that's why they're winning rounds. You see these entries come out because VDROP Gaming are trying to just flood areas with gunfights, and they're not winning their gunfights.
Break the TV, break the TV, break the TV!
Yeah, please. Thank you. Fun fact for anyone watching, if you just shoot the TV, the Maestro camera doesn't have a placeholder anymore, and instead of just falling to the ground, it instantly implodes. So don't do that. Try and put Maestro cameras on solid surfaces. Don't put them on soft walls. Don't put them on TVs. Please. Please don't do that.
Interesting to see the difference here between VDROP, Nexus and Gaming. Nexus choosing to give up VIP and go for what seems to be a very default, very standard way to play it, where you just straight up give up VIP. I think still doable, obviously. It's been working on Coastline, but obviously the new meta for this map, you hold VIP. No matter what, you play Kitchen, you can hold VIP. You play Hooker, you can hold VIP. You play Pentos, you hold VIP. It's become such a core part of this entire map that I'm interested to see how Nexus play this. We do see Mozzie below with C4. This could be interesting. Too early, Mozzie, no!
There's no intel on that C4. It's very much a Hail Mary throw. As a piece of utility almost gets wasted. But Gaming are wasting no time. Nice transition there. They're wasting no time as they're opening up the VIP wall. They're setting up a long angle. And that is their job on this side of the map done. If they are following the default take, you'd imagine they're going to be rotating over into Aqua now. What this wall does essentially, please Kyle, can you pan over to this beautiful angle of what the wall does? It essentially allows you to hold an angle from VIP the whole way through the double door of billiards and cut the entire billiard side in half, which allows the attackers to plant without the worry of someone peeking from pink bar or just doing anything for that matter of fact. So very effective util work. It's nothing amazing. We've seen it very often. Destiny, if you can get a kill.
I want to just bring it up. Destiny being a crackhead, he's done most of the damage, and Kalen has just decided to go brr with the G8.
Yes.
So,
obviously. How else would we have liked it to go? Kalen getting his drone thrown Aqua, and he's going to start droning out on this. I question that reinforced wall. I think it's very stupid because you're not even holding Aqua,
Destiny.
so waste of. Sorry, yeah, I'm being very critical today about utility placement and so on and so forth. Who doesn't care about utilities? Clippy's just going to walk through main hallway and he's going to go back to his position. Lighthouse duty is he holds the long angle and makes sure no one crashes into his docks, and he might get the frag onto this man playing on vase. He will not, as it is a 2v4. It's still clutchable. We know how effective the Alder is, but it doesn't matter. The Alder's off the board, and Clippy's got to clean up shop. As 90 is his terrain, he's the god of mathematics. 90 degrees, it's overs. Right angle triangles are this man's bread and butter. Congratulations, Clippy's good run from you. You clean up shop with that 3k, and VDROP are back on top 5-4. And guess what? We're seeing a hard breach being brought every single round from the attacking side. It's as if it's a good idea or something. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, horrible idea, Jared. Get your mind out of here.
Sorry,
Get
what am I doing?
your mind out of here. Hard breathe on coastline.
I've been drinking again. Sorry, guys. It's a terrible. Ace should have been brought a lot sooner, and I think Nexus will be kicking themselves after seeing the effectiveness of Ace being used against them. The pulse for the Goyo. I don't like that because a buck's gone through. We do see someone leave, and I do believe Should the
Should be
players
seeing a rehost.
should the players continue with their setup and so on and so forth, we will be carrying on. But obviously, if the attackers start leaving now, we will be seeing a rehost. I'm hopeful that the players decide, you know what, we can win a 4v5. They play with that BDE and they kind of give it a go. Otherwise, yes, we will have to call a rehost. A reminder that they are allowed to call a rehost within the first 30 seconds of the action phase, so we will only know when it hits 2 minutes 30. And until then, we will just ramble on as the
Jared, load shedding is back. Oh, could it be?
I pray not. It is 9 currently. So, oh no, it was load shedding. We've just been given word that the player is switching to a generator. And if that is the case, I believe that gaming will keep playing. No one has left, and we're nearing the point of departure, if you will. I think it's very much going to be a play on and see how it goes. 5 seconds.
No.
2 minutes 30, and we will go ahead with schedule. We'll simply pause it at the next operator pick phase, but it will continue as a 4v5. No Rios was called. Fun fact for any teams that are playing competitive play, when it gets 2 minutes 30 or before then, make sure that your entire team has left the lobby, and that will automatically call a rehost. Fortunately, VDRXP Gaming not choosing that outcome. It will stick to a 4v5. The ace is still there. The influential flank holding machine of a Thatcher, Clippies, is still there. We still have the Vert, we still have the Amaru. I believe we just lost an IQ, which right now is not being too much of an issue, seeing as there's no Valkyrie on the board. So it is not necessarily...
Not the Nomad?
Oh, it could have been the Nomad. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think the IQ was expected onto the bar. Because Sparrow... Well,
mind you me, I'm going to make a joke, and it is a joke for the entire community, so please don't get touched. Jordan has been doing nothing this game, so it's basically been a 4v5 for the entire game. So I think that is why they are playing on. I believe he was 1 for 8 prior to going into this round. I know, I'm sorry. It is what it is.
To be honest, Jordan has been doing his work though.
Yes, it's been very behind the covers, but unfortunately the stats are not in his favor, and it's yeah, like I said, it's very unfortunate, but that is how it goes. Nexus
we have 2 manual bulletproof cams in the side of Nexus.
What is happening?
Site is empty. The site is empty?
Service entrance rush. Service entrance rush, please.
Just rush window. Rush window. There's no cameras. The only camera is the bullet. Jared!
For any teams playing against Nexus in the future, just rush the window. No one will compete with you. It's that simple. But
Zyronic brings it back. Kalen gets another.
Oh my god. Gaming just saying it's fine. We had a 4v5, but we're gonna put it into a 3v4. See how you guys like the man disadvantage as the fraggers are just going out. It's 10 seconds left. I don't think we've monitored the timer too quickly. They're just flooding site. They're all in and the diffuser's going down. It's a 2v3 theoretically. One's in the diffuser. Frags are coming out as that GH just sprays through, and the 4v5 dominates. Nexus, you guys have been left in the dust. That's what happens when you just leave the site alone. They just collapse into bathroom and they push through. Look, Jared, we need to pause the timer. First of all, let me just remind production we need to pause the timer because we are giving the generator man time to join back into the lobby. But I can imagine the comms right now on the side of gaming. The motivation must be there, and I can imagine Jordan gets back. You don't expect much from your team when it's a 4v5, especially at this level of play, but you join back and you instantly see that, wait a minute, you guys won that round. We're now on match point. We have a possibility to win this out. And that is, I cannot tell you how much of a confidence booster that is. As a little bit of a I told you so.
In the words of a great man, Mekedzere, they win, they won.
Fair. What I will say is that strategy of theirs kind of fell through a bit, and you've been praising that. So I just wanted to point finger at that. Unfortunately, we have heard from the side of gaming that the complex owner of Jordan is not allowing the generator to be switched on, and VDROP Gaming have elected to play a 4v5 until map 3 comes. Can gaming just one round? You have some leeway, yes, but it's just one round. If they are able to claw back one more, if they're able to use their aggression and get back one more round, they are victorious and they do not need to extend it into Villa. However, should Nexus abuse this advantage that they have, without a Jordan on the side of gaming, they are able to extend over into Villa and give themselves one more fighting chance at a map. It's...
if you did watch last week, gaming on Villa lost 7-2.
Oh no.
So, if it goes to Villa, hopefully gaming have done a lot more prep for this week for Villa, because otherwise, Nexus's strat work has been looking really well prepared here. Gaming, vice versa, have also had some really good strat work. But on a map like Villa, gunfights are going to be more important with how the strats are being played. Because right now, it seems that gunfights are helping the team get through these rounds a lot, but it is coastline. It's supposed to be like that. I always look at mirrors and wonder if someone is going to punch a mirror. After the mirror change, it's always, every time someone gets close to a mirror, it always worries me and panics me, Jared.
It's like it's a very tempting feeling. It's like popping a pimple, or it's like, you know, like scratching an itchy bite, like a mosquito bite. You kind of like, you feel incentivized to do it because it's there. At least for me, I know I was in a position last week against Meraki, and it was I believe it was a 1v2. We were trying to clutch out the round. I saw a mirror window, and my brain just stopped thinking I was in a 1v2, and I had to punch the window for the sake of seeing it cracked. Very childish, but I would like to see it, maybe an accidental mirror pop. Very comedic. Speaking about comedic, it's actually funny how fast gaming have taken upstairs, especially with their man disadvantage. I thought that was a sledge using breaching charges, and I got very offended. But no, it is the Thatcher, the other SAS counterpart, as they are. You have a sledge.
Sledge has flashes, Jared. Come on, know your seed, young man. You're supposed to be an IDL.
No, I wasn't worried about that. I'm worried about why there is a Thatcher doing vert work when we have a sledge. Why doesn't the Thatcher bring a Claymore to do the flank work of what the Nomad was doing? So the util separation isn't key, but it doesn't really matter. You're in a 4v5, you're kind of just winning on gunfights. You don't really care about the correct util. And they're playing over on the side of Sunrise. I'm assuming they're going to be pushing into that small corner there. You call it carpet. If you can kill that man in carpet, it's usually a Wamai. I don't know who we have playing inside of carpet. It's not the Wamai. He's playing in Harry Potter right now, but we do have somebody else there playing behind the shield. Ooh, that's not good. That immediately...
This is what we needed from the side of Nexus.
Pushes the advantage further into gaming, and then it gets reflagged, so it doesn't really matter. The sledge will just walk through.
Still in the hands of Nexus. Destiny bring it up more. Destiny has been having a great game, but now a default plant can be put down. Get in and plant, and the verse has been taken back.
Oh, no.
Destiny, new machine. Zyronic has been having a really good game. Can he clutch up for the boys? Can Zyronic get the 1v4 and have a dream of it? No, Rolf finishes it out, and we have one more round. Nexus, you need to take your advantage now. You forced a 4v5.
That's how a 4v5 should go. Gaming just getting caught flat-footed. The lack of presence and the lack of continuity and resilience upstairs kind of really stopped their entire hold. You don't have the Claymore on Cool Vibes. I know it's not the most effective piece of utility to put there for flank watch. We immediately see the Nomad being picked up, as I'm sure they've realized that their flanks are under siege, if you will.
But will you drop the G8? The G8
No, they
goes
have.
by. No,
They have
you can't
indeed
drop a G8.
dropped the G8, but I think it is for the fact of you need to start optimizing your utility, especially when you are a man down. There's not a fun position to be in.
It's
but
back, Jared. It's back, Jared.
What do you mean it is back?
The strat that won the previous 4v5. Goyo,
Didn't win the last round because it was insta collapsed by the attacking team, and that's why I don't necessarily think that the strat is the reason why Nexus are winning. It's very much Nexus or gaming winning off gunfire or gunfights. Sorry, yeah, they're winning off gunfights, and then the strat. The angles that are being opened up kind of just it's a two-way streak. It's not necessarily the defenders winning their gunfights off of the angles, it's sometimes the attackers. So it comes down to that entry back. Fortunately, on the side of Nexus, they're starting off with a one-man advantage. So surely this would mean that they technically have an entry and therefore are allowed the...
There's no Mozzie. Jared? There's
yes.
The Goyo is... 3 people have walked past a single drone and it's simply just sitting there.
Oh, guys, I'm hoping that's a spectator bug of some sort. I'm really hoping that's a spectator bug. Yeah, Lord, I didn't even see the drone. Drone will get unchecked, and that's just going to keep tabs on whoever is playing behind that shield. A very interesting take coming on the side of Nexus,
Man
but they will
advantage is
find
immediately
Benji.
evened out.
And
This
is
is
the problem.
huge from the side of gaming.
This is the problem with this setup, is that they have nobody in... Oh, sorry, the good thing about the setup is they have nobody in sight. The bad thing is that as soon as Nexus identify this, they just collapse on the site and they win the round. I don't think it's that easy because you can immediately see that smoke canisters are coming out, so they are almost alluded to the fact that they do have people on site, but a little bit of drone work will go a long way.
Very quickly. 2 smokes have already been used.
Yeah, Again, I question the util work already. Smoke
And
getting
man advantage
fragged.
has now been given up.
It's a 4v3 as Vert is still being played on the site, but no one is in the side, and the men who are inside have been taken off. The exception being that Smoke. I wonder where he is playing. Oh my, he's playing inside of service entrance. His position is not a enjoyable one, as I'm sure he's just holding the bathroom door. A simple bit of drone work will isolate this man very quickly and get him picked off, but if he can pick someone off of White Stairs and leave, that is his job done for the day.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
his
Vert
help.
has been opened up above him. Smoke is currently, well, dead. And now Rolf on the Goyo gets taken out. 4v2. No one has been lost from the side of VDRXP Gaming.
Oh no, this is what I'm talking about. The setup is not as spectacular as it may seem, and whether that is experiencing your own setup or whether that is just not being able to play and win your ones. But the players are moving in and the smoke has been identified. He's going to get swung on, but he loses the gunfight. The second man gets injured, and all of a sudden Nexus are back into this fight. It is a 2v2. 19 seconds left, and that timer will slowly tick down. I imagine for the attackers it'll be the slowest countdown fastest countdown of their lives, as one man already gets taken out.
It could be
very costly, but the legs do stick out, and the legs of Nexus have been chopped off as VDRXP Gaming take the 2-0 over Nexus in a very convincing fashion. Very convincing fashion. Congratulations.
We cannot call that a convincing game.
Gaming. Yes, we can. It was a 4v5. That in my books is very convincing. Well
It
done.
was 1-2
Well done, gaming. Well done. That was huge.
Wow.
That was huge. Lord, that was a good round. Good setup. Good breakdown of the strategy. Especially, I enjoyed that. It was very good to see more intelligence coming out from the teams. I feel like VDRXP Gaming's ability to play Oregon is just hindered by their lack of understanding of Oregon. But as soon as you extend that over into maps like Coastline, as soon as you extend that into maps and I'm not too sure what their map pool is, maybe Clubhouse, you start to see how good they actually are when they understand the map. This was a prime example. You're handed such a complex and such an intricate strategy, and you can just easily break it down by playing some vert, winning your ones, and droning out the correct positions. That, for me, is huge. That is massive, big brain plays on the side of VDROP Gaming, and that round alone shows me that they are not just a team that just plays scrappy. They're aware of how they should be playing, and they know how to play well and play structured. That was a very good round. I'm very happy with that.
To say it. And
yes.
VDROP takes the game.
Yeah, I thought VDROP were going to take it, but VDROP ended up taking it. Huge round from VDROP at the end there, but VDROP ultimately coming out on top. Big shout out to VDROP. VDROP.
And also, huge shout out to 32GI on the middle of your screen now for sponsoring our league. Big dub for them being here. Thank you very much, 32GI. If you scroll up in the chat, or RMTZ admins, can you please just repost the link at the bottom here? Gaming taking that in a 4v5 fashion, Jared. Unexpected or expected? For me, it's unexpected.
Going into the game before Oregon, I would have said expected. Then after seeing Gaming's poor performance, although it was a win, very unexpected. I'm very I've already praised them enough, but I'm very proud of Gaming's ability to just play well. It's been a piece of criticism that I've carried around on my shoulder for quite a while, especially after that 80k game. But that last round alone just fills me up with happiness. Huge effort on the side of Nexus. Oregon, you accepted the challenge and you almost got there. Unfortunately, you just didn't have a Sparrow on your team. And when it came over into Coastline, unfortunately, the correct and more knowledgeable plays on the side of Gaming were ultimately the reason why that round fell short for you guys. But I don't think you should be walking away with your heads hanged down. You guys played fantastically. And there's always next week. There's always next week to just 7-0, 7-0, get the 2-0 and, kind of hold that on your sleeve. But I do believe that might be VDROP's ticket to the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Into playoffs. I also think it is, if I'm not mistaken.
Believe, maybe. We haven't done the maths very well, but we will see. We start seeing the rest of this week. Obviously, there are other Titans that will be playing. I really do recommend that you give those games a watch and that you do make time for those games. We will be interviewing the captains in the meantime. We do see that Clippies has joined, and we are just waiting for the captain on the side of Nexus. We will start the interview shortly. We might just take a small little bit of an intermission. We should be back up in the next few minutes. Thank you everybody for showing face, giving the stream some love. If you would like to hear us chat to the captains and discuss that game, whatever Oregon was and how impressive Coastline was, please stick around, and yeah, we'll keep you guys in the loop of what just happened.
darkness and tried to swallow me. Some things I fall, but I hear your call. I pray I don't hit the ground. Gravity. Gravity.
I was angry before, but I circled the drain in my mind. I can't find, don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go down. I was angry before, but I circled the drain in my mind. I can't find, don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go Let's go. Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing.
Hello everybody and welcome to the post-game interviews. I am joined again with my friend, my partner in crime, Kyle Vibes Visachi, and we're going to be interviewing both Benji and Clippies. Let's start off with the Nexus gents. It is your first season in Prem. You proved to be a force to be reckoned with against this VDROP gaming team. Yes, they're a team of stature. They won last season even, but you guys took them very close to Oregon. And I can imagine, although it was a loss, I imagine that your motivation and your urge to get onto map 2 must have still been there.
Yeah, no, these few games, especially against gaming, in a clan, I'd say, it was really tough because not only does that Oregon game go really hectic, but that Coastline game, every single round was extremely sweaty than the other, and we were just getting pinched so hard, even though it was a 4v4, just getting pinched so hard, and the frags weren't coming in from our team, and the places that you guys were pushing and where our strat revolved around just didn't work. I think it was a GG to gaming, and I think it uses as motivation for our next game.
Speaking about the strats not working, we did see a lot of effort going into the strats. It wasn't necessarily just ranked plays like we see from a lot of the teams participating. We kind of saw a lot of effort going into it, whether that be coordination of utility. I even believe for a certain stretch that your guys' reinforcements were a lot better placed than that of gaming. So I want to congratulate you guys on being competent in terms of reinforcements. I don't think you guys were Clippies, but congrats on that. I'm assuming there was a lot of prep work being put into this game.
Yeah, what we wanted to do was actually try something different because in case you guys didn't see, we try to stay as much away from hookah as possible, purely because of the fact that there's too many repels and we don't like it. So we would rotate between kitchen and blue bar with them. Our strat was just trying to open up more angles and use our reinforcements whether it be thing. But other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Cool. And then Clippies, I'm gonna bounce off you for a bit. In the same fashion, map 1 gets very close. Before this game, we constantly see this rivalry of gaming and Nexus, and it's always been a toss-up of who is, you know, the big dog in this kennel. And you guys kind of went down to a dogfight at the end of Oregon. What is your mindset going into Coastline after such a close game in map 1? How do you get your guys to keep going after going all the rounds against Nexus?
Well, to be honest, we knew that Oregon's probably one of their strongest maps. And so when we went into it, we basically had to think to ourselves, okay, we need to push them in a certain way that's not going to play into their hands. But what we didn't expect was, when we went for our collapse, which we normally do very well, some of the gens didn't know exactly what their role would have been. Compared to the game when we played 80k, where the players knew, okay, who's collapsing where and stuff like that. Compared to now, where some still weren't sure. And if you go back and you're gonna watch it again, you're gonna see that some people are hesitating to move in. That it can cost someone their life, as they can get picked off one by one without a refrag coming straight afterwards. And that dropped rounds, but you can't take anything away from Nexus. Their setups and that were also quite powerful. Like, look, to some people, some of the stuff that both teams did, people were like, oh, that's stupid or stuff like that, but it works. Especially if for example, we're playing against other teams that play a ranked style, stuff like that would work. But once we realized that Benji and them aren't playing a ranked style, they're actually trying to play strats, we more or less try to match them with that on Coastline. Yes, their setup was gorgeous. Their reinforcements, the rotates and stuff like that. We managed to get Vert, which is huge on Coastline. And obviously the loss of Jordan really sucked. That was our Nomad gone. And we paid for it. We did pay for it in the one round.
Yes.
But we changed it up and we managed to somehow get it through. We realized that type of play with regards to strat versus strat is a lot more attractive from a viewer point of view, and it's a lot more fun when you actually play it than just, oh, I jumped through the window, 7 other people follow me and we're just running gun.
Shout out Meraki Gaming. Yeah, no,
I'm not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade. That's all you, brother.
No, I think we're all aware of Meraki's game style. They own it, and congrats to them for being top of the league currently. Congrats to you guys, Clippies, on taking both maps today and proving ahead of Nexus. I must ask, a very perplexing operator choice that I did not see in map 1, and it really hurt my head, and I need both of your guys' view. Benji, we'll start with you. Why was Mira not brought for E-Box? We saw the operator get through the ban phase. We see, I think Mira, when it is not banned, is brought almost 100% of the time in the games that I've casted. And then we continue to you guys, which neither team brings the Mira. It's very perplexing and confusing to see from someone who knows the ins and outs of how you play that side. Why was Mira not on your priority list?
Not gonna lie, that Goyo ban threw us off a lot, but what we wanted to do actually was, because no one really likes to play Kaid and Mira, we try to, because if we bring the Mira, we have to bring the Kaid, and it's gonna work because of that hatch. But what we try to do is try to stay away from it, and we noticed the first round they pushed main and freezer, so we opened up our angles that we had. I think we had our smoke opened up angles inside closet and inside freezer, and we could like hold that area, and then we had some holes in blue, and then I think one round we bought the clash, but they didn't push blue, but it was a whole mess. But yeah, we didn't want to play Mira because of Kaid. That's
okay. That's fair. And Clippy's your guys' side, why was the Mira only brought onto Coastline? Why did it not show face on the side of Oregon?
Well, what's more interesting to see, or what's more fun? Sitting behind a mirror window, playing a mirror window, or actually trying something different for once than seeing the basic stuff. Because even though it was a tight game, we were enjoying it a lot. And like I've said before in previous streams and casts and stuff like that, the aim for my team is, if we're having fun, then we don't care if we lose. If we honestly don't. But the main thing is we need to enjoy ourselves. And that's exactly what we were doing. Even the rounds that we lost, we were still enjoying ourselves because it was something different to just, oh, there's two teams playing each other and we're going to bring a mirror. Okay, we know what happens now, we sit and wait. And with them also not bringing the mirror, we were like, well, if they're not going to bring it, you know what? No, we won't. We will meet them halfway with that as well. We're not going to bring it. So we've got other stuff we can use, and we wanted to be able to show something different than just brain dead mirror plays.
So somewhat of a respectable play, somewhat of a more of an interesting sort of play. Quite an interesting set of answers, I must say. And then another thing, we had a huge debate going on the side of Coastline. Both teams opted not to play the Kaid once. In fact, they both opted to play the Bandit instead. We know of Kaid's prolific nature, how influential he is on a map. He denies easy access to a wall. Why did neither of you guys consider playing the Kaid? We saw the VIP wall get opened up, both the external and the one into hallway, very easily, without much hassles. And the Bandit batteries don't really prove to assist in that manner. So what was the decision making on that side of things? Clippies, let's start with you. Bandit or Kaid, first of all?
Okay, well, for us, it doesn't really make a difference. We don't mind any of the walls on Coastline, especially if the thatch is in play. If it was literally just a one thatch charge, and we were going to open a wall immediately anyway. So if that wasn't going to make much of a difference, and if they had to try and trick it, they would have got taken out from 90.
What I will say is that you guys are the only people to bring Thatcher, to be fair. So that's why I asked the question. Because I really think that a Kaid would have gone quite a long way, especially when you see Coastline being a map that doesn't usually lend itself towards a Thatcher. And Benji, you guys, why the Bandit over the Kaid, or why the Kaid over the Bandit? What is your opinion? It's going to be heard by the entire R6 community, so choose wisely.
Yeah, well, the first thing is that they had Thatcher, and second thing is we try to stay away from hookah, which to us the only wall that damages us is the long angle.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with that, from VIP. But other than that, like, them opening up walls didn't really affect us too much. They could open up kitchen entirely, they could open up service, and we really be affected entirely by it. But I think there was one round where Clippy's got long angle. I think it was in hookah, and he
Yes.
got a 3K on
Yeah.
us. And yo, that is we just long angle. We stay away from that.
Alright, cool. Kyle, Vibes, is there any questions that you would like to pose on these fine gentlemen? Otherwise,
Simple thing to say. Sparrow go brr.
oh
Sparrow
yes.
go brr.
Shout out to Sparrow for hitting the 20 bomb Mat 1. He has entered the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to you, Jethro. Yeah, but I think that is all from us, from our side. Thank you to both captains. Yes, Daniel.
With regards to that, Jared, a lot of people think the only thing Sparrow can do is roam. And a big thing from today was that he wanted to be able to show people that that's not all he is. He's got the potential to sit on side and play a different op other than the Braden Dead, Jaeger or Vigil.
That and his Jaeger was taken by Jordan every round. So
Yeah, but that was also by choice. He wanted to be able to prove something, and I think that just shows a lot of growth from him as a player, and that's ultimately what we wanted.
okay, no, well, cool. Well, thank you guys. Thank you RMG. Thank you Kyle. Thank you 32GI. A special shout out to you for sponsoring this event. We really do appreciate you having you on board. My words are getting muddled up, but yeah, it does bring a close to our RMG game. VDrop versus VDrop. VDrop taking the victory from VDrop. VDrop. Thank you everyone. I hope you have an awesome evening, and yeah, we'll see you for the next cast.